Hey, you guys, happy Monday. Hopefully, you had a good weekend. I got my girl Bree on the line, and Keisha's also on the line, but she'll be in and out. She's entertaining this evening, family. Yeah, we're smack dab in the middle of what you would call February sweeps.
Thank you. What you would call
What you would
February
call.
sweeps.
I was so excited about it 2 weeks
We
ago.
remember we did a whole special episode. We did a special episode because we were excited. We were like, oh my gosh, like, thank goodness Victor fell to the ground.
Hmm.
And snatched it right away.
Exactly.
That lasted with us a couple of days and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, girl.
Snatched it right on back.
Yep. All right. So, welcome you guys to Soap Corner Talk. We're going to be recapping Young and the Restless, Bold and the Beautiful, and Beyond the Gates for the week of February 2nd through the 6th. We're going to do the Young and the Restless first, then the Bold and the Beautiful, then we got Beyond the Gates. And then we have our segments, Flip the Script. Who's taking several seats? Star of the Week, Pickle of the Week, Simple Olympics, and the Lily Winters Award. Yep. Hey, Gail.
Man, we got some contenders for the Simple Awards. I do know that.
Mm-hmm. Much, very much. All right. So, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into this because I know we are about 10 minutes into the hour. We're gonna go ahead and start with Y&R. Make sure you guys are tapping the like button on the way in. If you're not subscribed to the channels, please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. All of those things are free to do and it only take a couple seconds. So, without any other further ado, we pretty much got two big storylines where we're smack dab in the middle of February sweeps on Young and Restless, where we have Kane and the AI program. And then we got the Mariah and the story
Dominic.
with Dominic and all of that going on. So let's go ahead and knock out Mariah. I'm obviously over this storyline because it's like, okay, why are we doing this? What's the purpose? I mean, it's just all over the place. Last year we got scattered episodes with Mariah, the whole what happened, and I think you guys brought this up in the group chat. What happened with the thing with the guy that she assaulted? What was that about? Is Ian Ward actually alive, or is this a figment of her imagination? Which now it seems like it's a figment of her imagination. Um, it's just okay. You took the little boy. I thought you were over it. You went and got a whole nother kid, and now you're back to the one that you carried, saying it is yours, and look like you're trying to flee the country, and all of this stuff, and it's just like, for what?
Mm-hmm.
All
And
right,
she
where y'all
called
want
his
to go?
boy.
Go ahead,
And she
Keith.
called his boy Bowie, like David
Bowie.
Bowie.
I thought it was Bowie.
I thought it was. She said
That's
something
what
about
she's.
the rock star
That's what she's calling Dominic.
Yeah,
Bowie.
Bowie.
Oh, I totally missed that.
Cause
Yeah.
that was a nickname that she gave him when she was carrying him, and then when he was born, and then of course his name changed.
Oh, okay.
So, and I guess she's trying to make sure it sticks,
Uh huh.
but, but,
Well,
I mean,
she can't use. She don't want to use Dominic's name since he's been reported as missing.
Right.
Okay,
yeah, I,
gotcha.
I need for this storyline to kind of wrap up. It's just a little bit uncomfortable. I guess the part that makes me uncomfortable is I know for myself, I would be furious. And it seems like because Mariah is their friend, they're handling her with kid gloves, no pun intended.
Yeah, that's
Because
the
there's,
thing that gets me is they've been way too. I feel like chill about this whole thing. Everybody.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like Mariah is our friend. She's not in her right mind. She wouldn't do this. Our son is safe. What?
And
Right.
Devon of all people. I just knew Devon was gonna go off.
Right.
Right.
But yeah, they've been it's weird.
Yeah, and based off of the previews, what she plans to do is take this baby out of the country. Oh no, this is not my friend
Right.
at all.
They don't want to
I
see. I
mean,
guess because they've known her for so long, they don't want to see her as this person who's actually taking our child. They're trying to give her the mental benefit of the doubt, but like you say, Bree, you're taking my kid away. I understand
yeah,
you
Mm-hmm.
might have been the surrogate and you had this connection and you might not be in your right space, but the bottom line is kidnapping.
Right.
yeah, that's exactly like. There's just no way I can, as a parent. I don't care how long I've known you. You took my baby away from out of his home. I don't care
Mm-hmm.
how old he is, but going days without seeing my child, yeah, we're enemies forever. There's just
I know,
no,
right?
like, you go do what your mother can deal with your mental issues.
Right.
That's
Mm-hmm.
beyond my problem. You
Right.
took my baby out of his home, and then they drove to Oregon or something. They said no, and now and on the previews, you're trying to take my baby out of the country. Oh no, mm-mm. We're not friends after this. And that's just the
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
bottom line.
Yep.
Like you gonna really need the best lawyer you can get. Because if I'm Abby and I'm Devon and I got billions to play with, oh
Mm-hmm.
no, you under the jail.
You say you're under the jail.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
you know Sharon is gonna make excuses and beg for them to
Of
not.
course.
She gonna do all that, and the Newmans is gonna be right behind her, and I'm sure Devon and Abby are
They're
just
gonna
gonna
let
say,
us slide.
okay.
They're gonna be like, yeah, exactly, Keish.
And Keish made a very good point earlier tonight
Mm-hmm.
about the direction it can go in and how Patty fits into this.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, if she gets to go to like a mental facility, I think you said if she meets up with Patty, because for all we know, Patty's still in a mental facility, even after like
Mm-hmm.
almost 20 years she's in, which is crazy to me. Unless for whatever reason Patty gets out, but otherwise, why would they bring that character back unless it's a mental hospital facility or something?
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But yeah, I need for them to go ahead and wrap this up. If they film scenes where she goes to the airport and gets through TSA and takes this baby out of the country, we have some goofy. Where are they spending their money at? Where is the real security? Where's the FBI? Whoever with billions to work with, there's just no way that she should be able to make a way for her to take her son out the country,
Right.
Abby's son out the country. That's crazy.
You
Exactly.
could you would also think that this would be at the top of all of the Newmans list right now. Like, this isn't just Devon's
Girl.
kid. This is Abby's kid. This is Victor and Nikki's grandchild. It's Nick's nephew, Nick and Victoria and Adam. Like, I know I don't watch it every day, but what have any of them said about this? I feel like
See,
they're all just concerned about Newman.
yes, you have that correct. They have been to lunches. They've been sitting in their daddy's living room for this longest time and saying like, "Oh, it's so sad. What's going on with Abby and Devon? I hope everything's okay." And in the same breath, talk about like, "Oh, well, let's hope that Lily is able to go with the plan." And oh, what do you think Victor has promised Lily in the process? Like, one of us is going to be left out in the cold. I'm like, so this is your focus, not that baby.
Mm-hmm.
But
Right.
had it been Christian or Connor or whatever, one of uh, Katie and Johnny
Katie
and
and Johnny.
Claire, and like, had it been any one of them, oh, they would have moved mountains.
Mm-hmm. Even what I was saying earlier this week, even Noah he's all concerned and beside himself about old girl leaving him a Dear John letter and breaking up with him. Whining to Sharon, and it's like Sharon is literally stressed out right now because Mariah has kidnapped your cousin, and all you care about is Sienna breaking up with you.
I can't wait to get that.
Like, the Newmans are, they are true. This just further proves how unimportant Abby is to Victor. I know that's been like a running joke over the years, is that
Right.
Abby is the least cared about child of Victor, because she's always the last to know something if she does find out about something, and she's rarely like in their family stories. Like, she's been nowhere in this business storyline, and it's like this further proves that, like, does Victor remember that he has another daughter?
I mean, he supports her by going to her restaurant.
That's about it. But as much as he talks about, as much as he preaches and talks about family and all this kind of stuff, I feel like he's been nowhere in this story about his grandchild being kidnapped by his other kind of pseudo grandchild.
And you know, the interesting part is she really sees herself more as a Newman than she would an Abbott, even
Yes.
though, and she has no problem with her father going against Jack and like stomping over the Abbotts, even though they will forever see her as family. But the Newmans will put her at the bottom of the list.
Because
That's another good point. What have they said anything about it? Jack and Kyle and all them?
No, not really. But I was gonna say the whole thing with that is that she see more respect and power on that side than she do with. I mean, look at how Jack moves. She probably like, yeah, right. I'd rather identify as a Newman more than an Abbott.
Girl.
Yeah, it hasn't really benefited her.
What you say?
Either
What you
way.
say, Keith?
I said it hasn't really benefited her either way.
Exactly. I mean, yeah.
Neither one of her side of her family seems like they remember she exists until Ashley comes to town.
Right.
That is true. And Noah said out of his own mouth that Devon is just a friend of the family. So he don't even care about this little boy that's gone.
He said that?
Yeah.
Yes. He called Devon just a
We were
friend
talking
of the
about
family.
that last week, actually, Keish. Yeah, this man said that Devon was a friend of the family.
What was the context? Like, what did he say that
Introducing him to Sienna.
Sienna. This is when Devon first came over to Sharon to talk about what's going on with Dominic. And it's funny that he considers Sienna family, and that she can have an opinion about what's going on with them. But Devon, who actually has a child within the family, is just a friend of the family.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And he's known Devon, like, I feel like the Winters kids are almost like honorary Newmans in a sense because of how close Neil was with Victor. Like, he's known Devon for years, so
yeah, but
that's crazy.
Abby is his auntie. That's his little.
Well, yeah, that too.
You know, so for him to see Devon is just a friend of the family, that's your aunt's husband. That's your uncle-in-law per se.
Yeah, maybe he forgot that Abby is his
your sister took your cousin.
Mm-hmm.
So, or Abby, she just gets no respect.
None at all.
Another little piece to this whole thing. Well, no, that's actually part of the Newman side of it, but I don't know. I didn't know how fast this was going to move. We were talking about this last week on them moving the Mariah storyline on, but do you find it even interesting or sweeps worthy?
With Mariah, that's, I don't know. I feel like it's in.
I feel like it could have been if they actually like led up to this happening. Don't you feel like it happened out of nowhere?
Yeah, I think the reveal should have been like later on that it was Mariah who took him. Like, it could have been a storyline where the boy was missing, everyone is like searching for him, and then they find out at the end of the episode or at the end of the sweeps that it was Mariah who took him. Like
Yeah.
we didn't need to get the scenes of her talking with Ian, and it's no shade to the actors. I'm just saying, the storyline wise,
Mm-hmm.
it would have made more sense if we got the scenes with her hallucination with Ian came into play after the fact, after we got the reveal that it was Mariah who took him,
I
and
agree
then
with
give
that.
her reason as to why. But the fact that we got like her in the hotel, her stalking this boy, like it loses its kind of luster. It's for, you know, like we could have been like, who did it? Like who took him or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like they kind of lost me there. So we know that they're going to get the kid back. Um, we don't know if she's going to go as far as taking him out the country now, but we know it's Mariah, and I think that could have been the big reveal at the end of Sweeps. So
Yeah. I don't know. I just think this whole thing with Sienna was a flop. And the whole thing with Mariah is just like, okay. And I'm assuming, like she's going to go to prison. Y'all were talking about how Patty might be tied in that way with bringing her back. But for what? Is she going to get out and start terrorizing people? I mean, Paul is nowhere near Genoa City, which is his sister. What, she gonna come back after Jack again? I mean, it's like, okay, what are we doing with this? Or is this just to tie in Mariah being locked away with her somewhere?
I feel that's a big reason. Um, the only other thing I could think of is like maybe she wants to be close to her niece, which would be Lucy. I mean, other than that, it's probably going to be tied into Mariah. They're going to be, what's the name of that psych facility that they always highlight that Sharon went to? They all went to.
What's the name of
What's it
that
called?
place? Not
Uh,
Bellevue. Is it Bellevue?
is it Fairview?
I want to
Fairview.
call it Shady Pines, but
You
that's
said
not
Shady
it.
Pines.
So they'll all meet. Like all the crazy people go to Fairview. So we'll
Mm-hmm.
see Patty there, and then Mariah and her are going to try to make a break for it or something,
Mm-hmm.
and be on a run. I don't know. Like why would they bring Patty back? I don't know. But it's something, I guess.
I guess it's something, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Now I guess we're done with that. I'm gonna move over to Noah because speaking of Sienna decided, and this boy his nose has been so wide open the entire time. This girl basically was looking for somebody to fulfill a void, not a whole man in a relationship. She was married. She was missing something before she knew about the whole Mitch Matt thing. She was missing the fact that this man wasn't giving her no attention. Here come wide open, fresh off of what's the girl name? And
Allie.
Allie over in Europe somewhere. And he like, yeah, well, I'll step up to the plate, and got his feelings hurt because it was clear signs that she wasn't on that type of time with him. He was, she wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
And now fast forward into this past week, this girl took off without even just left him a note. Didn't give him the decency to say, hey, let's sit down and have a conversation. But see, I think she did that because she knew that this man was like, well, I'm going with you. I'm not staying here. So she was like, I'm going to make a clean break. I ain't got to face this man. I'm going to get out of Dodge. He can stay where he is, and I won't have to convince him otherwise. I'll be gone.
Oh, poor Tink, Tink, poor
I
baby.
was
Oh,
cracking up.
I was too. I'm like, boy, this is what you get. Your family was trying to warn you about even bringing this girl to Genoa City in the first place. You, and he even said it himself. I risked all my life for her. Like I went through all of this, went through the surgery, everything for her. Yes, baby, you did. And then he tried to blame his mom about the letter.
Yes,
Like
yes,
she had
yes.
anything to do with it.
Right.
He was like, what did you say to her to make her leave? That is a grown woman. She old enough to be your mama. She don't owe you nothing.
No.
After less than 5 months,
Yeah,
and you
that's
still,
pretty goofy.
it really is. I'm like, uh, she broke up with you in a letter. That should sum up what you meant to her. Because the only reason she was sticking around was because Victor had extracted all of that money that Mitch had. So she was broke. So she was hanging on to Noah like because he was attached to wealth. So she entertained even being around him. But as soon as Victor gave her that money, she already was talking about like, oh, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna run the barn. I'm gonna go to LA. Had nothing to do with Noah. Noah was trying to insert himself, and she was like, I guess, yeah, sure. So, and then she just left. No goodbye. No, I love you. She gave like a chat GBT version of a note. She was like, put this together for me. Break up with this boy, and so I can go ahead and go.
Oh, that was the craziest thing ever. All I could do was crack up because it was the writing was on the wall. That whole conversation that she had with Matt in that hotel room, and when
Yes.
they did that round robin court thing at Sharon's house, and she was like, "Don't you know I loved you?" And I'm sitting
Like,
up there like,
you know,
"Dude, are you listening to this girl?"
like, why would you care? This man loved you and cared about you, or
Right.
like,
Why do you care
what?
if you moved
Yeah.
on?
Mm-hmm. My poor baby. And his mother has a nerve to say, "Why don't you go chase after this woman?"
Yeah,
What?
I, I, I don't know if
Yeah,
she was trying
that
to
was
be
dumb.
selfless
Exactly.
or what, but I'm like, that's the moment where it's okay for you to say, your family needs you right now. You
Yeah.
Yeah.
can Sienna will be in LA. You can call her and talk to her on the phone, but I need you here with me right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like, and your sister is missing. Shouldn't you
Right.
be? Shouldn't it be like all hands on deck at this point? I mean, shouldn't you feel insulted that this woman broke up with you in a letter,
Mm-hmm.
a chat GBT letter?
Yep.
Didn't even and didn't even care to say goodbye to you or say thank you or nothing. She got her money and she was ready to dip. The last
Mm-hmm.
person she had a conversation with in Genoa City was Claire,
Mm-hmm.
and that was it.
Yeah.
Yep. But
They need to go on and move Noah on over to
Audra.
Audra. Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
think that's what's going to happen.
I think that's what's
Um,
gonna happen too.
and
Um, the other thing
why?
with go ahead. What you about to say?
I was gonna say, I said the other part that I don't like is that they keep bringing up Allie for no reason.
Right.
Like saying, I think the last thing he said was that he needed to break up with her in person in LA and can't do it over the phone. So I'm like, you get what you get. That's exactly what you get.
Yep. Um, I wanted to touch base back on what y'all was saying about about knowing that conversation with his mama because she got real upset talking about how much I need you here, and then 2 seconds later said go chase after that girl, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
are you
What?
crazy? How did you just flip just that quickly? You know what's going on. Your first man told you to tell this boy to sit down somewhere because we got stuff going on here. And then you turn around. If that's going to make you happy and that's the love of your life, go after her. And I'm like, what?
I'm
Yeah,
like,
like
Sharon, you know better.
there's plenty of time for him to call Sienna or go back to
Right.
LA after all of this other stuff is resolved. They act like Sienna was getting ready to move to some remote location somewhere where they would never be able to contact her again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just LA. I mean, Claire doesn't care about Dominic or Abby either. She went to LA. So I mean, if anything, you can call Claire and say, like, hey, go check on Sienna or something for me. Anything.
Mm-hmm.
Anything.
Mm-hmm.
What does it have to do with you? She said no to you, took her money and left.
Exactly.
And I feel that when he gets to LA, he's going to see her move on with a whole new dude, and that's where it's going to push him to Audra.
Yep. Which brings us to, when speaking of Audra, brings us to the conversation of Holden. Um, this dude here, and it kind of is a bridge into the other part of November sweeps, which is this whole thing with Kane and the AI program and whatnot. Because we did see Claire ask Sienna before she left town about more details with what happened in LA with Audra and Holden. And then, of course, Holden got instructions, which, boy. Before I do that, I want everybody to see, look at the screen and tell me what you see and see if you can catch it.
Okay.
What you see in that whole collage.
I see Holden at the bottom left.
Mm-hmm. But do you see anything that sticks out to you guys? And I know you might be like, what is she talking about? Well, I'll just spill it. If you look on the left hand side from top to bottom, these are the four weakest men on the show.
Who's down there? I can't look at the screen right now.
Oh, you got Michael, Kane, Noah, and Holden. Wow, that was.
Oh, Michael for damn sure need to be up there.
We're gonna roast him. Please believe that. That so they're on the left side for L for losers.
So, I mean, because we talked about Noah, we got to break down the other three, but they are all on the same side. Yep.
Wow.
And it's a shame that you got that many guys on this show that just shows some sort of weakness toward. I mean, Phyllis got more guts than some of these on the left side.
Oh, we found that out for tomorrow's episode. She
Absolutely.
sure does.
Absolutely.
I don't know if I'll compare what the things that Phyllis does as having more guts. Phyllis is just chaotic and irresponsible. Like, that's not, to me, that's not guts. She's just a mess in general.
But when it comes to this whole thing with the AI system, she's clearly been moving in a way where, I mean, obviously she's signing up to do this, but Kane is emotionally thinking, whereas this woman is telling him, listen, that man ain't gonna hurt them kids. He's playing with you. And he didn't want to hear it.
And we see in today's episode, he folds like some lawn chairs, just soft like cotton.
That's exactly what Phyllis called it. He's folding like a lawn chair. But anyway, before we get to that part, we got to go back to Holden because Kane decides to contact him because we haven't seen these two interact. We knew back in the day he was working for Kane. And then all of a sudden, they, with everything going on with the AI program being stolen and Arabesque being torn apart by Victor, we really didn't see these two in the same space. However, this man told Holden specifically, I need you to go look for my kids and my ex. Don't tell nobody. This stays between you and I. Go out there, meet with the PI, and I need you to report to me hour by the hour. What does dude do? He goes and asks Claire to go to LA with him. And it's like, why are you doing that? You going on a business trip that's supposed to be low key and secret where you're trying to get information and you go and ask this girl to come with you. And then when he get there, he spill all the tea about what he's doing just because he wants to keep Claire happy. When Kane specifically told him, "Don't do it. Don't tell nobody. This is between you and me. Report this back to me and you go and tell Claire all the tea."
my my grandfather wouldn't do such a thing. Well,
Well,
girl,
How many
you were
times
wrong
has
about the
Claire been
software.
proven? She's been proven wrong so many times when Victor is concerned.
Yeah.
She's just as hard headed as everybody up on that show.
mm-hmm.
And then how about she tells Holden to his face the majority of the reason she's there is because of Audra. And then he gets in his feelings. I thought you wanted to hang out with me. Why are you so pressed about this? And then she made up a lie saying, I'm just here to get a break from Audra. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, whatever. And then asking, can we go to Disneyland? I want to take you to the sites. I want to make the most of it, and blah 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 blah. Meanwhile, her cousin is missing. You would think that she would want to stick by her family.
Girl, she don't know them people.
You don't care.
She don't know Abby.
Mm-mm.
She don't know Abby. The stuff going on with her company, her family's company is up in smoke, and then she's mad that he's working for Kane.
Right.
And I'm like, what's it to you?
And
That's
all
not
she
your
got
man,
to
right?
do, and the thing is, he is so weak. All she got to do is catch an attitude and poke out her lip, and he's ready to spill everything.
Yeah. I'm like, it cannot be that great, Holden.
Right. For some box.
I mean, I'm just saying, but I mean, Kyle was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs until he got a realization before the year was out, that he's not going to simp in 2026. So I don't know. Maybe Holden might have the realization when she uh, finds out what he did, and he's possibly going to go to jail for it.
Girl, like I told you earlier this week, that man got boxolitis.
I mean,
I mean, when
he,
you when you talking about you on a mission because somebody's kids is missing, it's sensitive information. You know, as far as Kane knows, we all know what the truth is. But you go and tell your guy to go down there, keep this between us, and then you just taking people on trips, planning trips to Disney World. She get mad and poke out her lip. You tell her everything just to keep her happy so you can have access. It's like, dude,
he,
I don't work for me. I think somebody else would keep a secret better than Sheila. Probably keep a secret better than you can.
he is just pitiful, just sad and just pitiful. I don't know. Like, as handsome as he is, like they could have really mixed him in and put him with different women. Like, um, Abby cheats on all of her men, so that could have been like another side piece for her. I don't know. Anything but this. I'm like, and she called the art gallery.
I
So I
know,
don't know.
right?
Like, why is she so pressed to notice? This is not her man.
Mm-hmm. But I still think
And
she, even though, because technically Audra backed off, she is
Mm-hmm.
still pressed about the fact. First, she's mad that the girl is in her face, and now she's still bothered that she's not in her face.
yeah,
It's like pick a struggle.
right. And I'm like, Holden, you're not catching on to any of this at all.
Girl, he
You
thinking with the
want to,
wrong head when it come to Claire.
I guess, I mean, whatever tricks she was doing to this man, he can't let it go.
Mm-mm.
He losing all common sense, and yeah, he wouldn't get a paycheck out of me. But at
Mm-mm.
least he was able to say that, hey, Lily and the kids they got into some van or some car, I could leave in a hotel. So I guess he did his part.
Mm-hmm. Now we got to roast Michael. Who want to go first with that one?
Oh God. How are you going to look Diane in the face and your wife in the face and say that he's disappointed in the both of them for taking pleasure in Victor's pain?
I know. Ooh, girl. Mm.
Like, this man almost shedded a tear because they were happy. Because Lauren looked him right in his face and said, like, yeah, look, I'm happy for his downfall. Like, after everything he did to you, yeah, this is exactly what he deserves. The look on Michael's face.
I love that Lauren said that.
As she should.
I'm like, you should be happy, a tiny bit happy. And even Diane was like, well, we understand that you have like a interesting relationship or a weird relationship or something like that. And he's like, I don't expect for either one of you to understand my relationship with Victor. I'm like, spoken like a side chick, okay. I don't know what's so special about your connection with your employer, but okay. But for him to say, I'm disappointed, meanwhile, you were helping the demise of Diane's husband's company, and that's supposed to be your friend, planting moles and everything. You knew exactly what was happening start to finish. And you were going to let Victor succeed because you're his lapdog.
Oh, man.
And you're Diane's fair weather friend.
Mm-hmm. Girl, that man is just so pathetic. It's psychotic to me. I don't know if I can. I don't know about psychotic. Let me not be so dramatic with that one. But it's like you. This man didn't care less about putting you in a Peruvian prison.
Mm-mm.
This is the
At all.
same man that you tried to cover for him when Jordan was illegally held against her will to eat up Brussels sprouts, and you got him out of it, and he called that a betrayal, and you were ostracized just up until recently. And you upset about the demise of this man? Oh, you upset at them, your own wife, for being upset because she wants to protect you and she don't like what's been done to you. But you mad at her.
Yeah.
Make that make sense.
Yeah. I'm like, Lauren, go ahead and just release yourself from this man. He forever going to be attached at the hip to Victor. Anything Victor asks him to do, he's going to do it. Even if he disrespects Michael to his face and makes this man crawl and beg just to be in his presence, Michael's going to do it. He will answer Victor's phone call on the first ring.
Mm-hmm.
He will run through red lights just to get to Victor. This man was upset at Nikki getting gifts on her birthday.
Right.
This is the same man who he has no problem lying to you about.
Yeah.
So I mean, Lauren, what you still doing with this man? This man said that he has a special relationship that you don't need to understand about.
Yeah.
What man says that about another man?
Well,
You're
Gail in the comment sections call it a bromance. I don't know. That's more. This man, Victor, is emotionally abusive to this man.
Yes.
And for you to continue to try to get validation from him, knowing it's not going to happen, he's just using you whenever it's for a benefit to him. And then when he's not needing anything, then you're back to, being on the outside. That's not. Usually, when you see bromances, it's guys that grew up and has been longtime friends. There's a mutual respect there, they that type of
Like,
thing. But this here is emotional abuse, and he keep coming back for more of it.
when I think of a bromance, I think of Carter and Ridge, for example.
That is true.
Like, and yeah, I know about the takeover, the coup, but prior to that, I would say that they had a fairly good bromance. Ridge was calling him his brother and everything. The thing with Michael and Victor, that no, I this man made his supposed friend crawl and beg just to be in his presence.
Mm-hmm.
This man, Michael, helped him get out of jail, avoid charges, moving criminals. He knows he is the bone collector. If he wanted to air Victor out, he could, but he won't. Victor gave him a quarter for Christmas, and he's been loyal ever since then.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, he is more loyal to Victor than he will ever be to his wife, and we've been seeing examples of that,
I don't know how
especially
she
last
deal
year.
with that. You know him and the relationship with Victor and Jack and his relationship with Nikki. I mean, it's like how Diane, Lauren, how do y'all deal with somebody else being in the middle of your relationship?
Right. Like, for Michael and Lauren, it's Victor. For Diane and Jack, it's Nikki.
Yeah, yeah, yep,
I don't know which one is worse.
exactly.
Because Victor clearly uses Michael. Like,
Right.
it's clear. He keeps Michael around to use him when he wants.
Exactly.
And that last time that they fell out over the whole Jordan thing, the way that he talked to him and treated him, I just knew that, like, okay, they're finally, like, they're gonna dissolve this friendship because Victor was being so disrespectful.
Right.
And it's like, nope, he spent what, almost a year begging this man.
Yep. Yes,
So
ma'am.
there's no hope for Michael. Jack and Nikki, on the other hand, where Diane is concerned, she needs to cuss him out.
I hope she do based on what that promo when she overheard them. I hope so.
Oh, yes, you just hugging this woman in the house that you share with your wife like that? Okay. I feel the situation with Michael and Lauren is worse because I feel Victor has put him through the absolute worst scenarios. And he is a glutton for punishment. I'm like, at this point, you like it. If Victor told him to leave his wife, he probably would do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like, but that's how loyal he is to Victor. And he disrespects Michael in front of his children and everything. It is just beyond me. You would think that you would move forward. You'd have made millions of dollars. Your wife is rich. She wants to go on vacations with you, spend time with you. But no, you want to be up underneath Victor.
Yeah, and he keeps throwing this whole thing like, oh, Victor is like the father I never had. Yeah, well, a true father is not going to, a toxic one would, but a true father is not going to send you to jail and don't give a rat's behind about you or tell you to disrespect your wife and do what I asked you to do. Or, you trying to help him out of multiple legal battles and then all he do is throw it back in your face. That's not what a dad looks like. A father.
Or even a friend.
Or even a friend, exactly. So,
So I'm like, Lauren, go get yourself. You deserve a side piece. I can't say that about Deacon, but she definitely deserves a side piece.
oh, girl, you so funny. All right. Which now brings us to this whole thing with Kane. So Victor decided to play chess with emotional chess with him, along with the help of Lily and them kids, and decided to divulge a plan where they were going to scare the crap out of Kane to get that company back. And it worked. Hook, line, and sinker. And Phyllis was begging and pleading, like, look, dude, do you actually think Victor's gonna hurt them kids? That's Neil Winter's daughter. What do you think he gonna do? Call his bluff. No, no, no. He can do anything. I'm not gonna do that. Okay. But dude, think about it. Just stop and think. Nope. He decided to get the doggone thing back. Screw everybody else. And of course, as of yesterday's episode, well, yesterday was Sunday. Today's episode, we saw Phyllis get in touch with Billy. I don't know if you guys seen the February 10th episode. It gets a little sticky because there's plans being made because they can't trust Kane at this point. So, interesting stuff. All right, go ahead, y'all. One of y'all.
Oh my goodness. Soft like cotton, folding like lawn chairs, like laundry. This is like a bad poker hand. This was just terrible. And Crystal Harper is correct. She said Kane is such a wimp. He led through the nose by Lily and was supposed to be a rival for Victor. This is a failed storyline. Yes. This is the shortest coup in soap history.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have the common sense to call Lily's brother. You put all your stock into what Victor tells you, and then you got Holden, who you hired to see what's going on and oversee the private investigator. Why didn't you tell him at that point to follow the car? Or have the private investigator follow the car or something? Why didn't you call Nate? Could have been other avenues before you conceding to Victor and saying like, oh, you won, you win, Victor. I mean, this week, ugh. And she's playing you.
Mm-hmm.
And the kids are playing you.
Yep. It's hard to watch because you brought the Kane Ashby, you recast it, and brought the Kane Ashby character back as a multi-billionaire who owned all his property, who had created a program that has not ever been done before at this magnitude. And you expect us to believe that he created that. Now, I'm not going to say that he couldn't have, because you got people that are creators, they're just not good leaders. They can create some of the most brilliant things. That don't mean that they know how to lead a company and make solid decisions, which I honestly think Amanda was the brains to all of this.
Yes, I agree. I 100% agree. There is just no way that he has any business sense, none, to be a multi-billionaire. I think that was all Amanda's doing. Well, because she's been in his realm for, it wasn't that long. Because she was in Genoa City within 6 years. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But she has been the backbone of his business. She's been the brains. He is literally just the face. That's it. And it's hard for me to take him seriously as a mogul. And I think Lily and Victor and Jack were correct that he probably scammed his way. At this point, I mean, you're quick to concede, just like that. You don't want to check for yourself. For all we know, that could have been AI that he showed you. I don't know. Anything. Now, I do find it interesting how sorry, there's a motorcycle passing me by.
Yeah, I hear, girl.
I find it interesting how as soon as Holden sent Kane that picture, very, very shortly after, Victor got this similar picture.
I thought he had a different picture because the picture that Victor had, they showed the kids because remember it was like, oh, they look calm and happy, and then the picture that was sent to Kane was them being thrown into a back of a van or vehicle.
I think that was the. I think it was the same picture, because the picture that he had was showing the picture that Kane got from Holden was them getting into the car. From Holden's perspective, they looked worried, but she could have just had like a regular face with no expression on it. We don't know what type of state that she was in. And when Nikki looked at her, it was like, oh, she looks all right. She looks okay. But I just found like the timing of that was interesting. Kane gets the picture, and in the next scene, Victor gets the picture or gets a picture of Lily and the kids. It's just weird timing. And the fact that Holden is cool, calm, and collected during this whole thing is also interesting. And it makes me wonder if he could have been like a double agent. I don't know.
I mean,
Because,
honestly, that's how this is supposed to move anyway. I mean, him being frantic or panicky about it, that's Kane's MO because he's so freaking emotional.
yeah. And
The
this girl and the kids are playing in his face.
mm-hmm. Yep.
Now, my question is, what do you guys think Victor offered her
Chancellor.
for her cooperation?
I
You
think
think
it's
it's chance?
Chancellor. Or
So you
what
think he's
else? I
going to punish
mean,
Nikki?
that would be the only. What else could she get that would make her leave her family's business? It's Chancellor.
Yeah. So he's going to punish Nikki and is going to push her to Jack's arms. And it is really going to be World War III.
Mm-hmm. You know. Um. I just. Again. I don't like how they did because I honestly thought when we saw him flip that switch, tell Phyllis like, "Hey, I got a plan. I got the original switch to turn the system on against Newman." And I'm like, okay, well maybe he'll get a restart. Nope.
Mm-hmm. Nope, not at all. This is making him look even worse. And I want to get his reaction um, when he finds out that Lily went along with this and his kids.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm like, so it's okay for Lily to commit a crime because faking this is a crime. And if what happens if Kane were to really have gone to the police with this,
That's
then
what.
what?
But see, that's what Phyllis was saying. Call his bluff. She said,
Yeah.
"Go do it." That would have exposed all of the parties to this whole ruse. Because if the police got involved, now I mean, Victor's a powerful man. He could have said, "Everything is all good, no worries," because I mean, he could maneuver. But it should have took Kane to think logically versus emotionally to say, wait a minute, this man said he got my kids and Lily. Why would he? The timing, first of all. Second of all, you just admitted to kidnapping. And third of all, what do you plan to do with somebody that you've known since they were children that is a child or grandchildren to your dear friend who passed away? Would he actually do something to harm them?
Right.
Plus, the last messages that you got from them was, "I don't ever want to speak to you again. I'm done." So why are you losing your mind? And the only reason it comes down to is because he don't think logically. He think emotionally. He panicked and just blew
Yeah.
everything up.
Right. And if something were to have happened, Devon and Nate probably would have reached out to him to see, like, hey, have you heard
Right.
from her? Like, there would have been communication. Why wasn't there any communication with Lily's family? That is the part that would have answered everything right there
Right.
for me. And the part that upsets me with Lily that's non-redeemable, for me with her character at least, is she went along with this while her nephew was missing.
Right. But so did Victor. That's his grandkid. He don't care either.
Yep. So she's more concerned about getting Chancellor than helping Abby and Yvonne find her nephew. And she's being so insensitive to the point where she's faking her own kidnapping.
And that's why
It was a,
Victoria brought that up. Because Victoria said, the timing is kind of weird when we already got this going on over here with Abby.
yeah, but she's going along with this.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to really make her look ruthless and despicable. Everything that she says Kane was.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and if he cusses her out, it would be warranted. Him and her and those kids. Because they went along with this too.
He ain't gonna do that, girl.
Boy,
This man
he
gonna
needs
do
to.
because if she end up with Chancellor, which is what Kane's original goal was, he gonna be like, well, at least you got that out the deal, and I deserve this, and maybe this will show you that I'm trying to make things right. Just give me a chance, man. Just he's gonna simp even further. He's not gonna be like, oh, you did this to me. I just can't see the way that this guy is written.
Mm-hmm.
He's just going to continue to spiral down into that rabbit hole of, well, maybe, I should have did this, and yeah, I deserve it, and man, okay, whatever. Go on and ride off into the sunset. And no shade to
Yeah,
Billy Flynn because he's a great actor. It's just that
he
the
really is.
material that they've given him suck.
Yeah, I don't understand why they're doing this yo-yo thing where we see him as this intelligent person who is going to outsmart Victor, and then we see him as the weakest link
Yep.
of YNR.
Yep.
I mean, the fact that he's making Phyllis look smart in every scene.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And we know how she can be, but she has been right this whole time.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So why are you sharing a business and signing documents with a woman you cannot, I guess, rely on? And she's in her business sense and her common sense. Like, she's the only person who's not emotionally invested, so she would have a clearer viewpoint. Why are you not considering that?
Right.
But you're signing documents with her to share a business together. That I'm like, okay. Yeah, that's my rant. I'm so over this man.
Yeah, I'm just I mean, and I brought this up a couple months ago when that person posted that whole post on Reddit about how lame the character is, the way he's been written. Just
Yeah.
pathetic. This man was changing shirts and doing all types of hoops and all types of breadcrumbing that Lily was doing she did the same thing to Damien for 7 months.
Yep, sure did.
Led these guys on, and obviously they got to take some accountability because they took the bait. But Lily gave nothing to these guys, and they kept going down the rabbit hole only to, and they always want to blame Damien's death on Kane. Damien's death it shouldn't have happened. He shouldn't have been there.
Yeah. That was a complete rewrite because he wasn't invited to go. He was supposed to be working with Nate or shadowing Nate over at Winter.
Right, and then
they threw that in at the last minute.
And then he went on and played that whole stupid game that Lily wanted to get him involved in by trying to make him jealous. And unbeknownst to them, Carter was back there ready to pounce.
Mm-hmm. I
Because you
mean,
trying to kiss this man. Even Damien was like, man, well, I mean, hey, if you want to play along, I'll play along. Yeah, and it end up your neck.
this was just such a disappointment. So basically, the whole use of the AI software served no purpose. All it did was really just tank Matt's Clark's company, but Sienna got all the funds back.
Mm-hmm.
So she's riding off in the sunset without Noah. Um, and Kane got his company and everything back. So everything just reset, basically.
Pretty much. And then you got the
Because
rest of the Newmans. You got Adam and Chelsea, and Nicholas is finally in the middle of all of this with his aching leg. It's just like I'm so disappointed in Adam. Even though Chelsea threw him under the bus a couple times, and now she want to be out. And I'm like, girl, either you in or you out.
right, you had no problem snitching to uh to Victor and
Mm-hmm.
Nikki. That was
Mm-hmm.
the funniest part. She was like, "Well, Adam told me everything, and I'm not sure if I like your plan, and I think we should change it." I'm like, "Girl."
Yeah, and like she actually think that Victor was gonna listen to her and say, "Okay, yeah, let's do it your way."
And then he got hard in fist streets when she said like, "Oh, I told Nikki this too." It's like, what? And
And then he,
since then, we've seen Adam just kiss up to his dad and say like, "Oh yeah, Dad, I'm gonna do this for you. Yeah, Dad. Yeah, this is a great plan, Dad."
mm-hmm.
I'm like, Lord, have mercy.
The other thing,
Adam should have been on the left side too.
yeah, the other thing is the which kind of rounds up what we're gonna talk about. Hey, Brooklyn, um, is this thing with Billy and Phyllis because now, like we were saying, how Kane folded like a lawn chair. It kind of brings us into today's episode, the ninth, and then kind of going into tomorrow's episode, where I gotta say first they need to get rid of the hideous octopus poster in the background on the wall at Billy's house. I don't know what he was thinking when he thought about the decor, but
Oh, that
anyway.
was Sally.
Well,
Remember,
what
she
was she
decorated his
thinking
house.
with that girl? I don't know what was worse, that or remember the dress that Zoe on the Bold and the Beautiful had on with them snakes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I remember that
Well,
dress.
the quiche came out of nowhere.
Like that was just
That dress
it's
was
some interesting
hideous.
choices.
Right, and I know I have that picture up there with Phyllis talking to Billy, but there's a hideous octopus on the wall back there.
Yeah, but that's why she's not in interior design anymore. There's your proof.
Oh man, but anyway, going back to Billy and Phyllis, Phyllis is trying to save what she invested in. First, she couldn't, they got into a whole argument with Billy. And when she realized Kane was folding, now she wants to get in cahoots with Billy, to try to salvage whatever they can out of this whole deal, which goes into tomorrow's episode.
Which I'm keeping my fingers crossed for Phyllis. That's all I can say. Like she risked it all, her relationship with her kids, everything. I'm like, if I just want a good February sweeps, let me just say that it better pay off.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm just worried about that spoiler later this week about them getting caught. I'm hoping that, like you say, Victoria just happened to see them together at the Crimson Lights or at Society, but not in the middle of transferring everything.
And like whenever they do their spoilers, it's like they blow so much out of proportion where they said like, oh, Devon is pondering something, and he could have just been pondering something on the menu, like very, very bland. Like it doesn't move anything. So I honestly think that she'll just catch them like at Crimson Lights or at the GCAC putting their heads together or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because, but like I said, I'm just hoping everything pays off for this woman after tomorrow's episode. I'll leave it
Right.
at that.
Well, we shall see. I'm assuming that video that we saw with the promo where Kane is laid out. I'm hoping that ties into Wednesday's episode, so we'll see Victor and Adam shows up. Cause there's another spoiler said, Victor finds out some surprising things about Kane, but I don't think that's until like Wednesday or something. So that's probably where he's gonna walk in and he's knocked out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the
From
surprising
Phyllis.
thing could be anything.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. I think we covered everything on the Young and the Restless. We're gonna move over to the Bold and the Beautiful. We have most of last week dealt with the situation of this triangle, or well, because hey, Sheila don't even know she's in a triangle. Because that spoiler from Friday was basically Sheila being blissfully unaware of what's going on. Which, yeah, she's talking about how much in love she is, and she's planning dinners and all this other kind of stuff. And unfortunately, Deacon is not being honest. Um, we
He's a
started off
coward.
the, huh? What'd you say?
He's a coward.
I know, right? We started off the week because Steffi found out about all of this, and she put an ultimatum on the table on this past Monday, telling her mother it's Deacon or her and them kids. What did y'all think about
I
that
was
ultimatum?
I was surprised by the online reaction and them calling Steffi a bully
Oh, I
for
wasn't surprised.
trying to look out for her mother, herself, and her kids, especially after the stuff that just happened with Luna and the fact that Sheila had tried to unalive her mother, shot her husband. I mean, why would she encourage her mother to poke the bear? That's just beyond me. And like Taylor, of all people, should know better with the psychiatry degree. Like, I mean, like make it worth something. Like use your common sense. This man has not promised you anything, and you're going to lose your relationship with your kids
Mm-hmm.
and your grandkids over this. He hasn't made his way to a divorce attorney, nothing. And you're pondering whether or not he's worth it over your family.
I know. What did
So
you?
how does that make Steffi a bully if she's setting boundaries? Is
Right,
my question.
Keish, you were wondering about well, not wondering, but I know you had something to say about them calling Steffi a bully.
Well, yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter what Steffi does, what the situation is. The people that don't like the character are always going to find a reason to call her a bully. And from what I've seen, I guess why some are calling her a bully is because of the way that she's like demanding Taylor, telling Taylor what she's gonna do, and the way she's talking to her. But it's like she's she's talking sense into her mother is what she's trying to do. I don't see how that's anywhere near bullying her. Like she's giving her mother a an ultimatum that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
just like she did with Finn, because
Yep.
if it's one thing about Steffi, she is consistent when it comes to Sheila specifically. Consistent generally, but with Sheila specifically, she has not changed her tune about her since she came back in 2021. Really, since she came back, what was that, 2017 or 18, when she saw Eric and her in the hotel room together when
Yeah, it
she
was
was with Liam.
2017.
Yeah.
She has felt the same about Sheila since Steffi has been a character on this show and Sheila did what she did to Taylor. She has felt the same about her. So, of course, she's going to tell her mother, you need to stay away from him, or I'm cutting this relationship off and you will not have a relationship with my children because you're putting us in danger. That's how she feels. So, I don't consider that bullying at all, because it's not like um, what Taylor's doing is okay. Like, she's
Right.
basically trying to have an affair with a married man.
Yep.
But Steffi can, every time Steffi speaks her mind about something, she's a bully. So I wasn't really shocked or surprised that there were some people that looked at it that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my thing is that I agree with Steffi on this one. You living in my house, and you know it's not ideal, obviously, for her to be with a married man. But the married man that you're messing with is Sheila Carter's husband,
Right.
and so knowing the history, even though Sheila says she's changed, you know, y'all know I'm a She-Con fan, but even still, you don't even want to take that chance.
Right.
I mean, you might think, "Oh, I'm not scared," because I heard her say that the previous week. I'm not scared of Sheila. Okay, but 2 seconds ago you were.
Right.
What are you talking
And
about? So for you to sit up here and think that you living in your daughter's house, and then you got this, you kissing this man all up in your daughter's house after she gave you the ultimatum, because that happened on Thursday with this whole intimate kiss that they were tearing their faces off and all this sort of kind of stuff. Um, you still figure that, okay, I'm gonna still do this in her house, but you know I can't stay away from the heart. The heart wants what the heart wants. The problem is that the heart wants somebody that's attached to somebody else that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
and I wish someone would remind Taylor. Remember when Sheila pew pewed your heart and you were away from your kids? So one thing about Sheila, she doesn't make empty threats. She at least tries to follow through with what she says. I mean, and Steffi has plenty of reason to be on guard. I mean, Sheila pew pewed her and her husband. So why would she ever encourage her mother to be with a man who is currently still married to Sheila? And this is the same Sheila that everyone begged this man not to be with, not to marry, not to get out of jail. And he still did it. And the excuses that he's been making now, it make absolutely no sense, because he was loving on them 8 toes.
Mm-hmm.
He was
It's
making
not even
finger foods.
Ew. Don't
He
remind me.
was.
For me, it's not even that it's Sheila. Like, even if Deacon and Sheila were headed for divorce, getting ready to break up, I feel like Steffi would still feel the same way. For me, it's because Deacon is literally married to Sheila. Like we were saying earlier in the chat, in the group chat, he hasn't even mentioned anything about getting divorced.
Nope.
Because if it's one thing that wouldn't be fair to Deacon is if he had like legit told Sheila, um, I'm sorry, you know, I'm not feeling this marriage anymore, or however you want to word it, then it wouldn't be fair to him to say I can never date anybody again because my ex-wife is psycho and she might go crazy on the next person I date.
But he signed
But
up for
because
that,
he
right,
hasn't,
Keish?
I mean, yes, because he got involved knowing what her background is, but it's not. It wouldn't be fair for him for the rest of his life if he fell out of love. He fell out of love. Like you can't help how you feel, and it wouldn't be. It's not fair to Deacon because he fell out of love with his wife. He's filing for divorce. Now they're broken up. For him to say, "I got to be single forever now because my ex-wife is crazy." That's not fair to him. So he shouldn't. And I feel like that's basically another way of walking on eggshells because it's Sheila. Like that's the one thing. That's the issue I have with that character is everybody is expected to walk on eggshells as to not upset her, so she doesn't possibly hurt somebody. And that's not fair to the people that are around her. Now, if he's involved with her still the way he is now, it's a different story because he's not being honest with her about how he feels. He's not taking steps um, to dissolve that marriage. And if she catches him, then like it's an understandable possible crime of passion because you just caught your husband in the act, or your husband has been lying to you for however long about still being in love with you, but also over here entertaining another woman. Um, so for me, it's not necessarily because it's it's Sheila. It's just that you're married and you're not even talking about what you're going to do to take care of that situation. And that's what my problem is with Taylor is you're not even making him you're not even making him um tell like what are you doing to with your marriage situation. Like you're telling me that you're in love with me and you don't want to live without me, but I haven't heard you say anything about what you plan to do with your marriage. So until you take those steps, until you have your conversation with your wife, there's nothing to talk about here. But it's like she's just so desperate that it doesn't matter to her. Like she's okay just being the side chick because that's how desperate she is. So I guess get her mind off Ridge or whatever the case is, which is another thing that was annoying because now she's made this about her heartbreak over Ridge. So
Gotcha.
she's all over the place.
Yeah, that whole episode up today when Steffi told Ridge
Excuse me.
like, "Hey, listen, Mom's dating Deacon. We know the threat that Sheila posed. Can I try to put an ultimatum on the table, but I know she's still seeing him. Maybe I know you in a relationship with Brooke. Let me see what you can do." And then he goes over there because nobody locked doors, walk in, and they're in the middle of a hot kiss, and he's, trying to say, "What are you doing?" And then, like you said, they made it, especially her, she made it about him and her and Ridge. And he's like,
Mm-hmm.
"Listen, I ain't trying to hear all that. I'm talking about you, Sheila, and Deacon. I want
Yeah.
you to find somebody. I want you to be happy. I want you to, find a guy that's good for you." And pretty much he drew the line in the sand like, "Yeah, this ain't about me."
Mm-hmm.
And I respect. That's probably the one thing I probably respect about Ridge. That's one and only.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is, I feel it is a huge thing regarding Deacon being married to Sheila, because if it was anyone else, I don't think he would have had an issue with saying he wants a divorce. He would have moved mountains to do that. But instead, he knew who he got himself involved with. So if he feels he needs to walk on eggshells, that's his own fault. And if he feels that she's changed and he needs to walk on faith, and since he said that he loves Taylor, okay, prove that. Make moves to prove that. If you're emotionally checked out, like he said about Sheila, then call a divorce attorney. This man is talking about opening restaurants and
Mm-hmm.
Taylor being the first to know. Meanwhile, this man is still going home to his wife, sharing a bed. We don't see him on a pull-out sofa, him going to a hotel, him sleeping at parts of the restaurant. He's still sharing a bed with Sheila.
Mm-hmm.
He's still fulfilling his husband duties. They're still going to work together. So I'm like, Taylor, you're about to give up your family. And what has he given up so far? Nothing. You are a grandma slash side chick. And you have no reason to do that, which is what Stephanie and Rich is saying. They want her to be happy and want her to move on, but you're putting yourself in a dangerous situation. I think Aisha Jackson put something in it. I actually laughed, which is true because T and I have been saying this. She said, "This is my thing with Steffi. Remember, she slapped Sheila and claimed to be scared of her. Like, we trust me. Steffi goes back and forth where she'll be scared and then wants to be Chuck Norris and want to karate chop Sheila the next minute.
Right.
We always ragged about that. You can't play both sides. But in this particular case, when it comes to Taylor, it's zeroed in and focused on her mother because Sheila will zero in on Taylor. So, and we see how little Taylor is now, and the fact that Sheila keeps and we like she can use one of them 6-inch heels as a weapon for all we care. Do we got to do? But the way that Sheila keeps popping up at her office, thinking that Taylor is helping her marriage, when she finds out that she and her husband were carrying on, those pop-ups are going to hit a little bit different. And that's what Steffi doesn't want for her mother. And for no reason. She's risking her life and she's risking her relationship with her kids and her grandkids too, for a man who's offering pretty much nothing. Just empty promises, empty this. Mm-hmm. He has not made not one action yet.
Right. Not a one. Now, what about the conversations? Because I purposely posted that in the collage where looked like both Hope and Deke were kind of put aback by what Sheila had to say to them. Because at first they was like, go ahead, telling their dad, go ahead, Taylor's a wonderful woman. It's better than being with Sheila. You should go after her. And then when Sheila put the warnings on that table, the looks on their faces was like, ooh.
Mm-hmm. Like, play with it if you want to. You telling your daddy to follow your heart. Like, and then telling Steffi, would it be so bad for Taylor and Deacon to be together? Girl, yes. And I'm so glad Steffi was standing 10 toes down on that. She's like, look, good. I don't care if your dad moves on. Good for him, whatever. You're not about to get my mother involved. There's no change in my mind.
Right.
Beautiful. Perfect.
Yep.
So flash forward to the scene with with Sheila and Hope. I'm like, girl, she's making it clear. She's not about to let anyone come between her and her man. Mm-hmm. So if you want to be in the crossfire and put your father in his position and encouraging him, no, don't say no one warned you. And here's the thing: if this was Brooke, what would you do, Hope?
Right. Yep.
Would you be telling your mother to follow her heart? I mean, Brooke's gonna do that anyway because that's her forever default in life. Mm-hmm. But if this was your mother, you will react a completely different way.
Yep.
Like, the reason you don't want Sheila around your kids is because of what? So she gonna really react when you and most of the people on the show know that Deacon is carrying on with Taylor. She gonna snap. There's just no way Taylor's going to walk out of this peacefully.
Nope. I also want to bring up something that I think Keish was talking about in the chat, and I think we kind of piggyback off of that is the fact that they're pushing this "I'm in love with you" thing. They ain't been
Girl.
talking for a good 2 seconds.
Hmm. I feel like that was unnecessary. They didn't need to go that far. And I'm guessing that they're using that as the excuse as to why um, Taylor is so, I guess, hell bent on not letting go of Deacon, or why Deacon is, the same, where he's hell bent on not letting go of Taylor. But it's like I feel like they still could have written this without the weird
Mm-hmm.
declarations of love. Like we didn't need that to have the drama of this.
Nope.
It's like they say, I love you, and then he's chewing her face. I'm like,
And so and it's like I feel like they're not matching the actions with the words, because they're having Deacon like profess this deep love for her, but they still haven't had Deacon talk about what steps is he getting ready to take to leave his wife.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't made
yeah.
mention of that at all. So yeah, I don't understand the point of having them act like they're just so in love with each other.
Yes, it's forbidden love and whatnot. I'm like, Taylor, you're a whole side chick. A whole
Right.
side chick. There's no sugarcoating about it. You're a whole hypocrite where Brooke is concerned. As far as I
Right.
mean, she
The
can't say
girl is
nothing
sitting
about
up there
Brooke.
talking about how she wants to be telling Riz she want to be first. You are not first in this situation. The ink has been dry for 2 years, Mr. and Mrs. Deacon and Sheila Sharp. You are nowhere in that equation. You're on the outside. You are not first.
Mm-hmm.
And how about this man who says he loves you is laying next to a whole other woman at night still to this day? I'm like,
Yeah, and that's where she loses me. It's like you're not even making him um, make promises to you. You're just accepting whatever he's giving you right now.
Yep.
because it feels good. She's on the rebound. She wants to find him. She wants anyone to take the pain away about Ridge, because when Taylor and Deacon were initially talking, they were talking about like, oh, was it they do a roadkill of Broken Ridge or something like
Right.
that.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever he was bringing up Ridge, I feel like that was probably the fuel for her to have some sort of feelings for Deacon, because she wants anything to kind of make her heart full and help her broken heart or whatever the case is.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a straight up rebound relationship. And on top of that, you are playing a side chick
Mm-hmm.
at this stage in your life. How can I can't root for that? I'm sorry. If they had fire chemistry, maybe, but I don't see it.
Mm-mm.
See, I'm the opposite. I think I like their chemistry. I just don't like the way they're going about this. Like that's the part I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
But I enjoy the chemistry between the two actors.
Okay. I know that it's been quite a bit of stir, especially when they posted the video. Um, when they were, I think I shared it with you in the group chat. Those comments were insane.
Yeah, like
Oh
I
yeah,
was
people are
actually
pissed.
surprised that there was like Taylor and Deacon fans. I'm like very small percent of
Mm-hmm.
people saying like, "Oh, Steffi is being a bully. She's being mean. This is such a beautiful love. I'm so happy for her." I'm like, okay, well, that's you. Um, but yeah, majority of people are not feeling this hearing, and I think it's just rushed and forced, and I don't know. I just don't like this for my Taylor character at all.
All right, in the
Yeah, I
chat.
wish it
Oh,
was different
sorry.
circumstances for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that this is how they decided to do it, but
Jenna says she
Taylor has.
thinks that this whole storyline with Taylor and Deacon is going to unalive Taylor off.
That's possible too. I mean, they haven't given her anything in the last what decade, like not
I mean,
anything big. I think the last big storyline she had was um when she shot Bill, and
Mm.
that was even I don't even think that they were originally going to make it her. I always feel like that they intended to make that Liam, and they switched
Liam,
to Taylor at the
Mm-hmm.
last minute.
they talked about it, and I think it was Scott, not Scott. Um, man, who talked about it? But they did discuss it. It was supposed to be Liam. They switched it to Taylor to
Yeah, and
Wow.
give
that's exactly
to
how it
give
felt.
the. They were trying to give Hunter Tyler her exit because remember she
Mm-hmm.
had like little break periods in between,
Mm-hmm.
so that was supposed to give her her break.
Wow.
So they
Yeah.
switched it. Um, but yeah, she really hasn't had a major story. Now I think someone's about to get unalive. I don't think it's going to be her personally.
Who do you think is
Uh,
gonna be?
I don't. I love Carter and I love Daphne. I feel it might end up Daphne's going to be a casualty.
Really,
Um,
Daphne?
yeah, I because
I don't
it's
think
not going
anybody's
to
gonna
be
die.
Taylor. I just don't feel it's going to be Taylor because of everything that Taylor has went through. I mean, she had a bullet to the heart and tuberculosis and everything. She's come back from uh, the grave. What? How many times? They're not going to let this woman go. They're going to. She is just going to be be the woman glutton for punishment, and that's going to be punishment enough to the character. But I feel like if for whatever reason Sheila finds out, let's say she finds out at Carter and Daphne's wedding this week, there's going to be a casualty because what if she sees Taylor and Deacon in a moment and then she snaps and it accidentally it's Daphne? I don't think Daphne and Carter are going to go to distance because they really rushed this wedding. They just got engaged at the beginning of Sweeps, and now they
Right.
have a wedding. Like why?
Mm-hmm.
Like that was quick. But I don't know. That's just my theory. But yeah, the Taylor character is just a glutton for punishment, and if Sheila goes after her, I do not feel sorry for her
Yeah, I
at
think
all.
That's the
Sawana Jenkins said that in the chat. She said that hey, if Sheila to come after him, she don't have no problem with it. She ain't gonna feel sorry. Go ahead, Keith.
I don't. I think it's going to be the total opposite because that's what everybody expects to happen. They expect Sheila to lose it. She's been making all these little comments and remarks like today with Deep, and she was like, um, she said something like she would murder anybody that came between her and Deacon, and then she was like, "Oh, I'm just joking." I feel like they've been too heavy-handed on that kind of dialogue from her to actually do it, and I think they're doing that because um, that's what everybody is saying. Like that's the worry that everybody has is that she's going to hurt somebody when Deacon tells her that he doesn't want to be with her anymore. And I think it's going to be the total opposite, where she's not going to go off the deep end like everybody expects her to.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I want to believe that, but that little play threat that she made to Deep today, I'm like, yeah, Taylor's not about to walk out.
And so my thing with that, so that's another annoying thing with Sheila. She keeps screaming at the top of her lungs, "I've changed. Why can't you and your sister just give me a chance? Why can't you guys just like me?" And then you make little jokes like that, and it's like, okay, like soap wise as a viewer, we get it. Like they want to write little funny things in the script, whatever. But in the universe of the show, that coming from a woman that has a 3 decades history of violent crimes,
Mm-hmm.
if you want them to like you, that's not how you do it. Like making jokes about killing other people is not going to win Deke over.
Right. Which is and that right there makes me feel that she's about to snap, because there's just no way she's going to just be like, okay, Deacon, you want to leave me? That's fine. But she keeps telling everyone, no one's going to come in between my relationship with Deacon. I'm not about to lose him. I love him. And then they keep harping on the fact that Taylor has made their marriage better, when behind her back, her marriage is falling apart because of Taylor.
I feel like that's just the show trying to get people to have sympathy for Sheila. Like they're making her this like super unaware, like, oh, Deacon's the love of my life, Taylor's so great. I think that's their way of trying to get like people that don't necessarily like Sheila, that also aren't going to be happy about Deacon and Taylor having an affair, to be Team Sheila in this.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't work for me because I don't like Sheila either way. I care not one way or the other that her feelings are about to be hurt, because she has gotten away. She has gotten away with a lot in the last. Felt like you got out of major jail time, just because your husband uh, was owed a favor from the judge. So this little heartbreak she's about to experience should be all right. It could have been worse. You could be sitting in jail right now. So I don't really care. But
the question is, will Taylor be all right?
Yeah, well, that's another story. Like Taylor is wrong for sure. I'm not. I this my the way I feel about Sheila getting her feelings hurt is separate from Taylor being wrong about what she's doing, because she is wrong. Um, Regardless of if I like the chemistry between her and Deacon or not, she's still wrong. But
Mm-hmm.
her being wrong doesn't change my feelings about Sheila. Like it's about time that she has experienced some type of loss and heartbreak. So what ifs?
Electro Soul Girl. I think you brought up something about how they view Ivy as a bully over Sheila. I think I said something like this earlier today in the chat. There was a lot of people who had a lot of sympathy for Sheila.
Right.
And like I just want Deacon to just grow a pair and not be a coward, and actually just divorce your wife. If you feel she's changed, you feel she can handle it, then do it. But you're walking on eggshells for the woman that everyone told you to keep in jail, so you deserve what you get.
And after all of this, if Sheila does indeed, even if she doesn't, but if she does indeed try something, then a lot of those people that talk about how Steffi is being ridiculous when it comes to Sheila, I need y'all to stop. Because her one thing, the one steady thing that she said for years is that she doesn't want anything to do with Sheila. And that's why. Because of her history of violence and what she thinks that she might be capable of. So,
yeah,
her giving Sheila a chance for what? What am I giving somebody a chance for that I have to walk on eggshells with?
And it'll validate her point to stay away. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. We should, something's about to happen at this wedding. That's my inkling.
All I know is there's, to me, with him tiptoeing around not saying anything, and this girl is taking care of the business, making sure everything is good while he run across town not doing what he's supposed to be doing. She's back there trying to hold everything down. Then she turn around and she try to create a nice little evening for them with candles and dinner and stuff, and you coming up in the house because you don't have the cojones to open your big mouth. You open your mouth to Taylor with that awkward kiss, but you can't open your mouth to tell Sheila, listen, I don't think we gonna be able to work this out. I'm moving on. And
But
she's
you know what?
around, hmm?
Oh, sorry.
No, and she's around there just doing the most, trying to get people to like her, telling that I'm blissfully happy, and all of this stuff going on. It's just, and I think that's why a lot of the fans are feeling sorry for her, because right now, in this moment, she's doing all of this stuff, you know, in her soft girl era, being Mrs. Whatever, and he's out there doing whatever and not, yeah, because that's got to be, she should pick up on something. This dude been acting shady for a little while now.
I think that she has. I think that she has. And that's why she's trying to set up like romantic dinners and like everything. And my thing is, like, there's fans who say that, well, she lied to him. Well, he's lying to her. And how about the fact that he forgave her? Went to therapy, he forgave his wife, and they've been in marriage again. All so if he wanted to leave, he had an opportunity to leave. He chose to stay. And how about he has no problem allowing her to make him his dinner, clean his boxers and briefs, and laying next to this woman every single night. So is this a man who is through with his wife?
Yeah, I would I would like, actually, instead of her going crazy like you said, Bree, last week, you know what? Let's take it to the legal thing. You want to divorce me? Well, I'm
Mm-hmm.
taking half.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be a different twist. I don't know if it'll be an interesting twist, but it'll be a different, twist to Sheila. But the way that they keep, uh, Taylor is not about to walk out of this safely.
I don't even see them two as a long-term couple.
Oh no, no, not at all.
I just don't, I just don't see it. As fast as, just as fast as they hit it off, it's gonna fizzle just as fast.
Right, because all it takes is for Brooke to do something Rich doesn't like, and then where is he going? He's gonna
Mm-hmm.
go right back to Taylor, and she will drop whatever man she's with for him because this is her default in life.
Yep. So, all right, we have to talk about this other part of the storyline when it comes to Miss Dillon, and Ivy, and I just wish she wouldn't be scared of that girl and tell her where to get off. Now I know, Bree, you on a different time with her, that she need to get in touch with her family.
Yes, this girl's eating out of the garbage. I'm like, you have a car, you have the ability to contact your family because you told Will that. You told Will that you had a good relationship with your mother. So unless they say otherwise, that's what I'm assuming. Your mother wouldn't want you to be eating out of garbage. Go home. That is so crazy to me. But prior to that, why don't you go to Will and say that Ivy is blackmailing you? Because that's what it is. She is making an assumption on what she saw, and she's basically threatening you having a roof over your head. All bets would have been off because, like, I'm not about to be blamed and kicked of some out of a man's house who you don't pay any bills at, you had no authority over because you assumed I did something crazy, which if you felt that way, confront your niece's boyfriend.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the other thing.
That's who owes the explanation.
He was an active participant. He was the one that asked her to dance. He was the one that asked her to come in the house. Now, granted, she could have turned it down, but he was the other half of that coin. So, you trying to put it all off on her like she's some big seductress that was, Now that would have been a Luna. Luna was definitely trying to seduce in
Right.
ways that was criminal. But this girl, I mean, granted, do I think it was a good idea for her to jump in her tutu and start ballet? No. What was I've been told? I don't think that's a good idea. I'm
Yeah.
friends with your girlfriend, and you want me to dance for you? Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
a little bit much.
The
But
fact that he asked her to do it, I'm like, what you trying to see? You trying to see flexibility? What are you trying to see, Will?
the other thing is that he was in there crying and talking about all of his deep dark secrets that he even never told Electra. But you tell her. He's a part of this whole scenario, and for her, meaning Ivy, to been jumping up in this girl's face with not saying anything at all to Will, because she should have checked him. He's the one that's in the relationship. If you
Right.
want to know if
Right.
something was going on, be like, dude, you dating my niece. What's going on with you and Miss Dillon? I saw what happened, da 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 da.
Hmm.
Right. But
I feel
it's not
like Electra
proper.
is kind of the same way too. The way that she talks to Dylan
Mm-hmm.
about like her living with Will is very different. The tone of voice is very different than the way that she talks to Will about it, because it's very like, oh, like kind of like playful ish with Will, because he'll be like, "Oh, are you jealous? Like, oh, you don't have anything to be jealous of." And but when she's talking to Miss Dillon, it's very like,
Matter of
"You need
fact,
to do this. You need to do that.
right.
Like, you need to. There's boundaries. You're not allowed to be in the main house. You can only." And it's like, why? Like, what has she done? What have you witnessed her do? What has she done to make you speak to her that way?
Insecurity.
But right, but you're not talking to your boy, like you're not talking to Will like that.
And you see those girls who try to press on RJ, especially after today's episode of Receptionist. There's girls who are in heat when they see Will or when they see RJ. Those are the ones you need to be worried about, because they will throw themselves. We've seen them throw themselves at Will like it's no problem. What? And the thing is, Dylan hasn't really done anything.
Mm-mm.
Like, you invited her into your boyfriend's home and not Eric GCAC.
Right. All the
You
space
know,
over there.
right.
Right.
I mean, he lets anyone come in and out of there. I don't think he knows who's there half of the time. So this would have been perfect, especially since that is technically your friend.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm pretty sure if you had talked to Steffi, she could have made room over at her house. Anything, resources, anything. You chose your boyfriend's house. So what are you insecure about?
Right.
Her attitude towards Dylan is just weird in general, because she'll tell other people like, "Oh, Dylan's such a great friend. I love her so much. Like, she's been the best friend ever." Blah blah. But you have this kind of, it's almost like she's got some animosity towards her because she moved into Will's guest house. So
I
it's
think
like,
she's
are you really like, do you really care about her like that? Because she's
Mm-mm.
been on Dylan's neck like 5 minutes after she agreed to move into Will's house.
you know what her issue is, because her auntie says it's not proper to live and move in, and he wants Electra to share space with him. He's invited her to move in, but she's not going to do that. So here's this girl who's going to be able to have that kind of time with Will that her auntie would not basically allow her to do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why she's mad. Ivy is going to be the source of her problems, because like, she gonna lose Will, because it's one thing if she loses Will can get another one of her. She can't find another billionaire son unless it's RJ. Other than that, that's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm. I
And
just
she,
go ahead.
oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, Keith.
I was just gonna say it's. I feel like the Electra Ivy relationship is very like like Ivy
Mm-hmm.
mothers her
Yep, mother daughter.
because I can't remember what it was that she said to Steffi, but maybe it was when she was talking about living with Will or something like that, and she was like, I have to talk to my Ivy about that, or
Yeah,
it was something like that. And I'm like, why does she treat Ivy like she's her mom, and why is she acting like she's a brand new 18-year-old that just
right,
graduated high school or something like that? Like, you are a grown woman. She's got to be at least in her early 20s, if not mid 20s. Why
Yeah,
are you
because she
acting
was
like you're a
drinking
child?
wine, right? With Steffi when they were,
yeah,
yeah, so she
Yeah.
over 21.
yeah.
And it's like she's acting like a child, like she has to get permission to do things from Ivy.
Right. And I'm like, this girl, she talked to you for about almost a good year talking about her V card and losing it to Will.
Yeah,
So
when did Ivy
I'm
become a
like,
prude?
right. And a hypocrite. And Electra Soul Girl, thank you so much for pointing it out. I was thinking that earlier, but I wasn't able to say it. She said Ivy blackmailed Steffi over Allie back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So Ivy has a habit of blackmailing women when it suits her. And I'm like,
was
I'm like, you were Miss Cheater, Cheater, Pumpkin Eater when you were with
yep.
Wyatt,
Mm.
That's what I
with
was getting
trying
ready
to
to
get,
say. Carrying on with two men.
yes. So, I mean, and that's not proper. So, I mean, stay out of your niece's business. That is her man. And if you had an issue, confront her man. It had
Right.
nothing to do with Miss Dillon. Absolutely nothing. So I'm like, you had them both right there in the house. You could have confronted them both. So you're just gonna feed into your niece's insecurities with what you supposedly saw. And she wasn't even supposed to be over there. She's supposed to be sick. That's the reason why she couldn't go to San Francisco in the first place.
You know what was interesting is that spoiler, that promo spoiler coming up this week where she says, "Let me tell you what these two have been up to." So, is she now trying to blame Will as being a part of this? I wonder.
Probably not.
Ivy.
Yeah, that was in one of the promo videos.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think what's going to happen is Electra's going to be, oh, I miss Dylan, I miss my friend, and then Ivy's going to say something, and then say like, oh, she's trying to come between you and your boyfriend. I stopped it so I can make sure you have your relationship with Will. I'm like, that's what I'm thinking.
You know
So
what? That's gonna blow up in her face because she gonna go over there fussing about that, and Will is gonna be looking at her like she crazy.
Yeah, I'm with Bree. I don't know why Dylan just didn't tell Will
Right.
what was going on
yeah,
and how Ivy is basically trying to force her to leave the state, trying to force her to move all the way back across to what did she say? Take this money and drive until you reach the end of the East Coast or something like that.
something like that. And the girl, I'm like, come on, Ivy. She lives in the Midwest. Stop it. Like,
Or you're in California. California is huge. Like, what do you mean leave the state?
yeah, well, that girl needs to go home because as a result, she's eating out of a trash can.
Mm-hmm.
Go home,
I honestly
regroup.
think maybe they're trying to do some type of awareness to homelessness. You know,
Mm-hmm.
because it would make sense for her. Look, just go back to your family, and of course, they're bye bye the Dylan character. But obviously, she's gonna be around for a little bit. But it seems like it's a huge homeless population down. That's why they got those tent cities down in California because a lot of people go there to act. They go there for school and different things, and end up it's not working out like they expected and end up homeless on the street. So I'm wondering
And I
if they're trying to bring some awareness to that.
and I get that. If she didn't have, because the thing is, they put in dialogue that she's had a good relationship with her mother at least, and that she has friends, and she is doesn't want to reach out to them or whatever the case is, but you're eating out of a trash can. This is not. If you have an option to go home, go home. Like if you take someone like Tom Starr from 2 years ago, he was homeless, living on the street for years. He had no one to turn to, absolutely no one, until Deacon decided to give him a chance. Now, I think what's about to happen, since Deke saw this girl at El Jardino, Sheila's gonna give her a chance, and she gonna find out that that's the girl who supposedly ran her granddaughter over.
Mm. Well, I
So
mean, it would be interesting, like you say, in theory, yes, go
yeah,
home,
Dad.
but she ain't going nowhere. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
she's being built into the storyline with the next generation, the Gen Zers. So, they're definitely trying to make this. I mean, because even RJ have some interest in her too.
Oh, yeah, she's a
Yeah,
pretty
I don't even
girl.
think that's going to be a factor for Sheila finding out or knowing. As far as we know, she might already know. The whole family might know she did it. I don't even think that's going to factor into it at all.
Well, I guess we'll have to see. How y'all liking the sweeps for Bold right now?
This is their
Um,
sweeps month.
mm,
I'm not
I mean, it
feeling
doesn't really feel like sweeps. It feels like
average.
just a, yeah.
I'm not feeling the Deacon storyline. I kind of would like to see because Miss Dillon has chemistry with both the guys.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
I would kind of want to
So,
see where that would go, But other than that, yeah, I'm really not, mm, you know. It's a letdown even on the Young and the Restless with the Kane storyline too, and I'm not feeling the Mariah thing. So I
but we
don't know.
didn't
I
talk
got
about
my
Liam
I got my
and all
hopes
them.
up, but what you say, Keish?
We didn't talk about Liam finding out.
Yeah, we gotta talk about Liam.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean he was almost forgotten.
We thought he was going to cave by the end of the week last week. But I don't even, did they even go back to it after he found out?
Mm,
Brooke and Hope, we find out that Liam and Hope are still living over at her mama's house still, as
mm-hmm.
grown as they are, and he comes. This is after he finds out about Eric and working over there for Katie. So they
Mm-hmm.
were trying to get it out of him, but he was trying to dodge those questions. And I think the last thing that we've heard about it with Liam is he had I think, a scene with Bill about trying to keep it a secret. Like, you can't tell your wife, can't tell this person, can't tell that. And I'm like, this man cannot hold water,
Mm-hmm.
let alone a secret.
Which personally, I don't think that it's fair for Brooke and Hope to ask him about stuff that's going on over at Spencer, with Katie's fashion line specifically, because that's, I mean, it's
So,
competition.
I
It's
mean,
not fair. It's not fair for them to pressure him about, "Oh, so what's going on? Who's the new designer? What are you guys doing over there?" Like, no, mind your business.
they feel that they can do it because of the entitlement they usually get.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, all right. Did we cover everything with Bold?
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. And how watching Hope and William was like paint dry. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
I
we covered it.
know. It seemed like when they brought those two back together, it's just like nothing's there. I
Mm-mm.
just, whew.
even the conversation they had, I'm like, this is all you guys had to talk about? Nothing like, oh,
I
like that was a
just,
romantic dinner. Like, we had
mm,
such great alone time. We find out you guys having grown. You were living on Brooke's front yard. Still.
here's my thing, Brie. I honestly think that they should have explored things between Liam and Ivy.
Yes. They're in different places of their life, and plus she need to get her son and get her a man so she can mind that business
But she
and
was
not
all
her
so
her
excited.
nieces.
Remember when they brought her on for that day and a half and she was kissing him at Irjadino and stuff? I just think they should have explored that instead of circling him back to Hope. And now those two was just fading into the wallpaper.
Basically. And I mean, this is just serving Ivy no purpose, because I'm like, because this is J Money's girl.
Mm-hmm.
He loved him some Ivy. And it would have been nice if they put her like in a love storyline or something. If it wasn't Liam, give her something other than being Electra's Dear Diary moment. Or I don't know. Like, they should have explored that with Liam, especially while he was single like a dollar bill.
Mm-hmm.
He was wide open for her. She comes in at the 11th hour. Oh, I have feelings for you. He's like, oh well, no, I'm gonna be with Hope.
Right.
Like, there was such a waste. And then we had the stuff with them making a big deal about Thomas coming back, and where is Thomas? Where is Ende? What's going on with Hope for the future? Like, they are just dropping, you know, I wouldn't say dropping the ball, but it's like, what are we doing? It's a lot
Mm-hmm.
of loose ends.
Right.
And I think what's going to happen, and what Bold always does, is like their sweeps is usually the following month. So all the good stuff, we're probably going to have to wait until March
Right.
for it to happen. They do this all the time.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Like,
All
if you
right.
think about it, like all the stuff with Thope, all the
Mm-hmm.
stuff that happened, regarding Finn and Hope, all of this stuff happened like in June, or the stuff that happened with Hope and Carter happened in October, not September sweeps. Like, just, I
September
don't know, they
is
do
wait a minute.
everything.
September's is a sweeps month.
Hold on.
I thought it
Let me
was no. I
see.
thought it was February,
It should be February,
May,
May.
November.
Okay. Well, I had it
Yeah.
wrong. But like, they never do their stuff on the sweeps.
Right.
Like,
It's
it doesn't
always
even feel,
after.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
we find out, yeah, the stuff with the, yeah, sure
Yep.
did.
All right. We are now. I think we officially covered everything. We're
Yeah.
gonna move on to Beyond the Gates. And a lot of moving parts here. We had Leslie had in her draws. We had the confrontation afterward between her and Shanice. We got Nicole playing in the streetlights. This
Mm-hmm.
whole back and forth over the debutante cotillion thing, the battle of the mamas and grandmamas. Um, Danny admitted that she kissed Bill, and right after a breakup, there's a proposal. And then, yeah, this thing with Grayson and Derek not smelling, something right with him, but he's saying that his mom got Parkinson's, and yeah, so
Oh,
where we going?
yes. Uh, we can probably get Madison and Chelsea out the way. That was absolutely ridiculous.
Sure was.
I'm like, this showcases a lot of Chelsea's immaturity. And I'm like, Madison, you realize that she's not going to change her ways. She likes little party favors she pops in her mouth, and that's not going to change. But you're still going to marry her? Like, she y'all haven't even been together a year yet. So they're just moving at like 100 miles per hour, and on top of that, Chelsea wants to leave and go with Madison across the out of the country actually.
Mm-hmm.
And her mother is dealing with cancer right now. Sorry, her grandmother's dealing with cancer right now, and her mother has a BRCA gene. So you don't think your mother might need some support?
Yep.
And unbeknownst to her, her sister has it. So I'm like, and with Anita, hers is progressive cancer. So anything could happen at any time. You would think you wouldn't want to take a whole year off. I don't know. I used to like their chemistry. I was like, okay, this is a cute little coupling, but it just looks just messy on, especially with Chelsea's part too.
Mm-hmm. I agree. What you got, Keish? I don't know if she's on the. Is she there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. What's your thought about Chelsea and Madison?
I still like them. I do think her decision to move to, was it Denmark, wherever they were going,
Yeah.
it was very impulsive. Like Brie was saying, your grandmother is currently battling cancer, and you're gonna leave like right when that gets started. Like that if anything, because her response to that when Kat reminded her of that was, oh, there's the such thing as airplanes. I can fly back and forth, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, if you can do that, then why don't you fly back and forth to see Madison over the next year instead of actually moving there? Because you and Madison are still new. Like, it's been less than a year.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and there's more important things here at home that needs your attention and that needs to be taken care of instead of following your girlfriend to another country for a year while she does her thing. Because even, and I know people were saying Kat was selfish by talking about the business side of it, but I mean, even with that, like you didn't even have a conversation with your business partner about what your plan was to be present in the operations of your business from a totally different country. Like
And
she at
you're the
least owed
purse
Kat,
maker.
yeah, she at least owed Kat a conversation about that because that changes a lot. You're in a completely different time zone. You're hours ahead or behind of what I'm doing. Like there's going to be meetings. There's a lot of things that we have to do to in the first year of this company to get it off the ground and to keep it afloat for the first few years before it even turns a profit. And you're just going to up and leave and go to another country talking about, oh, I can remote work. It's not that simple. Like you're not doing a desk job, girl. You're running a corporate, like a company. And I didn't even think that was fair. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that she came to her senses and changed her mind about going to Denmark.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the first time she proposed was definitely a reaction to, um, it was almost like she's afraid to lose Madison. But the second proposal was even more weird. Like you guys just had a conversation about, at least on Madison's side of things, that she felt like this was her just proposing because she's trying to hang on to her. I don't understand what changed in a couple of days. Like
Yeah.
what's different? So at least though, she's not going to move to Denmark with her, and I don't even think Madison is going to end up going to Denmark. I don't know what's going to keep her here, but I don't
No.
think she's going to end up moving either.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, Chelsea she's definitely immature, too immature for Madison, in my opinion. She's got some growing up to do.
I
Yep.
agree. I totally agree. And like you said, Brie, it definitely highlights her immaturity when it comes to this. So,
Mm-hmm.
She kind of acts like her mama
yep, and
in
Girl,
some ways.
mm-hmm,
yes. Impulsive and just reckless. I mean, her mother got married to Andre randomly. They just
Mm.
eloped, like, and she
mm-hmm.
was only with him for less than a year. So she get it from her mama.
Then let's talk about this whole situation between Anastasia and Miss Anita. Did y'all like that
Lord,
interaction?
I enjoyed that
Yes,
exchange. Very
we need
entertaining.
we need Anastasia. She kind of like reminds me of like Jasmine Guy a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of gives off that energy to me. I want to know about her whole family. I want to
Mm-hmm.
know because the only thing we know about her is that she was using Vanessa's escort service.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, what is that about? Her children. I hope that this is going to be like another family that they're adding onto the show.
Yeah. This to me, this is what the Duprees needed was a
Yep.
family like this that's in Fairmont. And according to that conversation, there's a little bit of maybe some bad blood between those two families because of the way
Mm-hmm.
Anastasia was talking. It bothered her that two of her grandkids, I guess, was crowned the queen or the princess or whatever the title is of the cotillion. Um, so I can imagine that this isn't the first time that they've had some type of feud going on with Anastasia and her family. So that I'm with Bree. I hope they build on Anastasia's family and kind of bring them more to the forefront because I'm sorry, but Leslie being their main rival and
Yeah.
antagonist or whatever you want to call it, it it doesn't work. Not the way that they wrote it. If they wanted
Right.
Leslie to be the Dupree rival, it should have been Barbara shouldn't be dead. It should be her, Leslie, and Eva, and Nicole and Leslie should have known each other back in the day. Like their feud, the feud of Anita, it should have been a feud between Anita and Barbara that spilled over to Nicole and Leslie and carried forward in order
I
for it to be a I don't know a more formidable rival. Because to me, like it still doesn't make sense to me that Leslie has all this disdain for the Duprees, who never did anything to
right.
her, didn't know she existed. The whole basis of that woman's hatred for the Dupree family is Ted, who isn't even a Dupree.
Right. I
Mm-hmm.
100% agree with that. I they definitely need we need I want to say like a break, but there needs to be other people, other families, other stuff, we can kind of sink our teeth into. And this is why I'm so
Mm-hmm.
glad that they always, you know, really have good writing for their supporting characters. So if we
Yeah,
can get on Anastasia, what is her name?
I think it's
Anastasia.
Anastasia.
uh, Anastasia, if we can get her family, her background, we know she's messy.
Mm-hmm. She
We
got a mouth
I'm
on her.
so here for it. Yeah, and the way that they are bringing Shanice to the forefront because she was such a great supporting character. Now that they're kind of looping her in to other storylines, like I love that for her. And same thing with Mona now. So if I'm hoping we get to see like the whole family of Anastasia and see like where is this feud, this animosity coming from with
Mm-hmm.
her and Anita. There might be something more to it. Did Anastasia have an affair with Vernon that we don't know about? Like there's different questions, different avenues that can go along with it. So I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree with that. All right. We did see Anita get her new hairstyle as well
Mm-hmm.
after her going on a date with Vernon, losing some of her hair, and she decided to let Danny cut it. Now, there was a little bit of debate online, which they was talking about how the short hair is a wig, and I'm like, why are y'all even going there?
Like, what does it matter? I mean, like
Mm-hmm.
the women on the show, they wear wigs and hair pieces and all this types of stuff. I mean, so if it's a wig, so they're trying to
Just
tell a
messy.
story.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like this, I thought this was such a beautiful thing, because that is a devastating, from what my mom told me, there's a devastating thing to cut your hair after chemotherapy. I can't speak for any woman who's gone through that, but that was such a, once again, beautiful storytelling with this breast cancer storyline.
Mm-hmm. I love
And
that scene with her and Danny.
yeah, like her cutting her hair and then also her embracing, her taking, charge of her life and her hair. We saw that beautiful, gorgeous, long gray locks and she turned it short. She's like, look, I'm going to embrace it. She had Andre take her pictures. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that is a beautiful thing because she could have went to a dark place and she went ahead and she flipped it and said, no, cancer or chemotherapy is not going to get the best of me. This is
Right.
beautiful.
Yeah. Yep.
I
They've done
agree.
they've done so good with this story, in my opinion.
Yep.
Nothing feels rushed. It doesn't feel. I'm just so glad that they didn't go the route of her just trying to deal with it all on her own and secret from everybody. I like that they're doing all these different phases and steps of what people who have experienced what she's experiencing go through,
Mhm.
like this thing with the hair and cutting her
Mhm.
Yeah.
hair and like showing all of that. Like they could have very easily, which I feel like the other two shows probably would have done, they could have very easily just, she got her hair cut off screen and then she shows up and she's got short hair and they talk about it. But instead they they showed us her reaction to losing her hair or like some of her hair coming out, and then they took us through a whole scene of her talking to Danny about it and then actually getting it cut, and then like Brie was saying, doing her little photo shoot with the different wigs that she had at different lengths. Like, I don't know, I can't say enough about how well they've written this storyline
Yeah.
for Anita.
Mhm.
And Jenna said it's very real. This is what a lot of women have
Mm-hmm.
to go through. So for
Right.
people to say like, "Oh, it's a wig. She got a wig on." Okay, well let's see what wig you got on.
Right, and the wigs look nice. Especially
Yes.
the little pixie cut wig. I love that one.
Mhm.
Yeah. This is one of my favorite storylines. In all honesty, this is because this is beautifully written and
Mhm.
relatable. I'm like, the people got to find little stuff to nitpick because the show is that great.
Exactly.
Like,
It's
Yeah,
always something.
I think it's definitely the best storyline that they've written so far in this show.
Mhm.
yes,
Like the
I
care that
agree.
they've taken with it and the time that they're taking with it.
Right. I agree.
Yes.
All right. What do y'all think about Miss Nicole with the two guys? And cause I mean, she this week she is going to get caught by Carlton, and when she's with Kyle. So I know Bree and I had some conversation on Miss Nicole.
Yes, we did. So I'm actually here for this.
Mm-hmm.
It's one thing if you're like Claire and you just want to be out on the streets, just be out in the streets, and you're at a point in your life where you could be married and have your kids and whatnot. But Nicole didn't want to. Nicole was pretty much thrown into a scenario where her husband was disrespectful. He had a whole baby, and his baby mama has been terrorizing her and her family. She got out, and she's trying to find herself, and she's just trying on, what the single life is like. And I like the fact that we get to see more of her personality because we desperately needed it. And we get to see a different side to her. And I think, it's tastefully done. I mean, she's not out, bar hopping and going from one guy to the next guy to a bunch of different guys. These are two men who are educated, well off. Look, she's like, look, if I'm gonna play in the streets, it's gonna be a man with a pocket, a deep pocket. So I don't think that there's nothing wrong until she decides that she um wants to commit herself to a guy. Now I don't agree with her sleeping with both of these guys at the same time because that's a bit messy. I don't agree with that part. But dating, having fun, having conversation, I don't think that there's anything wrong with that.
Okay. What about you, Keish?
Um, I'm here for her dating around too. Like she said, she's been with Ted for what
Over 30
30
years.
years.
It's over 30 years. 35 actually.
Yeah, so also 30 plus years then. Um, let her have her fun. Like it, even if she slept with both guys, as long as she's being careful, so
Gotcha.
be it. She's a grown woman. She's single. She let both guys know what the deal is. She's not leading either one of them on. Um, so yeah, I'm glad that she's getting out there and she's exploring. And it's funny to me or odd to me how Kat and then Mona both had something to say about it. Kat, I can understand because that's her daughter. I remember when my mom was single after the divorce, and it's like going out again tonight, huh? Okay. I kind of felt the way about it, not because I wanted my parents to get back together, but because that's my mom. I wasn't used to seeing that. Um, but Mona, I felt like she was being a little, to me, it felt a little bit a tad judgmental-ish. I know she
Yeah.
said that she was concerned about Nicole because she, I guess, wasn't herself or she seemed like she was changing or something like that. And I'm like, I'm not sure what Mona has seen, but she hasn't changed that much to me since her and Ted have been broken up. Like she's just dating now. And she's
Yeah.
not, sitting in the house and being a mom and a psychiatrist. She's going out and having some fun. So,
If she were to be moving like Chelsea at the beginning of the series, then yeah, I would be concerned. But
mm-hmm,
it's just grown people. It's you know her dating, having a conversation with these men and enjoying their time together.
yeah,
It's just grown. And if it's something she can't handle, I think she's able to stop herself. I yeah, I don't think anything's wrong with it. I think this is she needed something for her personality. I'm glad we're getting that finally.
yeah. And just my personal opinion and bias, I feel like she seems a little more loose and laid back with Kyle
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
than with Carlton. With
Yeah.
Carlton, it feel like they both feel stiff to me. I don't know what it
Yeah.
is, but they both just feel very robotic and stiff together.
Like two popsicle sticks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is blah.
But
Uh,
I
mm-hmm.
feel like Carlton is going to be clearly he's the main because he's the one that she's sleeping with.
Mm.
It's just a matter of how long her and Carlton even last. Because I'm pretty sure at some point they're going to circle her back to Ted.
Yeah, well,
Uh,
speaking of Ted, when she was up at the place with Kyle, Ted and Shanice ran into her. and Ted couldn't
Mm-hmm.
keep his eyes off of her, and that definitely did not sit well with Shanice. So much so she ended the date, and it wasn't because of the drawers that Leslie left in the couch, but it was primarily the reason she like, look, you need to get your head on straight before I decide to do anything with you.
Oh, I mean, sweetie, he's fresh off a divorce, which you knew that. So, I mean, and plus, once again, and it's the same thing I would say about Bill and Danny, they were in a 30 plus year marriage. That's not something to just get over so quickly.
Right.
Even though the reason why they broke up was his fault, but he still got love for this woman. I still feel that he's using Shanice to try to force himself to move on, even though I don't feel that he has.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she's going to recognize that, and I'm hoping she's going to make an exit sooner rather than later, because as of right now, like, she has Ted, who is still, feeling a way about his ex-wife dating, and then on top of that, his baby mama is lurking in the background trying to make threats and trying to just make, you know issues for Shanice. I'm like, is it worth it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I definitely think Leslie is going to end up running Shanice off because she's going to get sick of dealing with her mess. And that's Ted's fault, in my opinion.
Yep.
Because why have you not why have you not taken care of that? Like, this woman is actively stalking and harassing you and whoever you're dating. Like, there's things that you can do there, even like just his conversations with her. He's not, to me, he's not even stern enough with Leslie. I think um last week when he confronted her at the restaurant, that's probably only the second time I've seen him actually be like really stern with her, and even that to me wasn't enough because she just sat there and laughed at him. Like, oh, you're so silly, you'll be fine. Like, this woman broke into your hotel room, and she's
Mm-hmm.
she's clearly not going to stop because this isn't the first time that she's done something to interfere um in things that Ted is doing. When he was still married to Nicole, like before their divorce went through, she was constantly in Nicole's face. And we never saw Ted. I think we saw Ted once, maybe twice, get in Leslie's face and tell her to stay away from his family.
Yeah.
But it clearly wasn't effective because she kept doing it. So yeah, Leslie is going to end up. I think she's going to end up running Shanice off because Shanice is going to be tired of dealing with her. Um, and
And
I don't
the
know
fact that
if,
he has feelings.
well, yeah, that too. But I think the Leslie thing is going to be the main thing that runs her off. Um, so I don't know if the plan is to have it to where Leslie basically just wears head down and he gives up and agrees to like be with her, or if he just loses it on her and like, not that he's purposely trying to hurt her, but like does something to her because he's so frustrated with the way that she keeps interfering in his life. But something has got to give because she's been doing this for a year now. This is Leslie has been doing this to Ted for a year now. First it was with Nicole, now it's with Shanice. And it's like, either you guys are gonna put them together or you're gonna have Ted do something to finally let her know that she has no shot with him. Because it's beyond old at this point. Like, the
Mm-hmm.
antics are that Leslie antics stopped being funny maybe a week or so after the reveal. Now it's
Gotcha.
just irritating. Like, I need you guys to move on with this story.
Mm-hmm. I agree. What do y'all think about the situation between Danny telling Andre that she kissed Bill goodbye. Was that a goodbye kiss?
Girl, no, that wasn't no goodbye kiss.
Nope. And
Because
I'm
she
like,
showed up there with his favorite meal.
Right.
And I think what she said to him was, "Oh, I thought we could celebrate, just the two of us celebrate the news about the Brockagine." And it's like, what? Like, what do you mean?
she
So
just
she said that. Yeah, she said that to cover her own ass. And then
Mm-hmm.
she pulled out them tears about how awful Bill was to her all those years, telling Andre the story again about how he cheated on her with however many different women, and she stayed because of whatever her reasons were, and sat there and cried and cried and cried, and then go to Bill's office 5 minutes later talking about we have to stop doing this. Like, why are you in that man's face again?
Right.
You could have done this could have been a text message or a simple phone call, or you could just ignore Bill altogether because your children are grown. You don't have little kids. You
Mm-mm.
don't even need to communicate with Bill like that.
Nope.
So it's like she keeps finding excuses. She's lying to herself. She's lying to Andre. And this is why I'm not going to feel sorry for her if she does decide to give Bill another chance and he still treats her like crap. Because you asked for it. This is what you asked for. Because Bill hasn't said or done a single thing to um, make up for or apologize for or even acknowledge that the way that he treated her was wrong. He hasn't done that with Danny. Not to the point where he's just like, I'm so terribly sorry for the way I treated you all those years, for all of the women that you had to put or that you chose to put up with.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we haven't heard Bill do that yet with Danny. All he said was that he thinks that he made a mistake divorcing her. Not, I made a mistake cheating on her. I made a mistake divorcing her.
Right. So yeah, I don't think that was a goodbye kiss either. I think she told Andre that just to placate him and all this sort kind of stuff, and he is like, okay, well, as long as you say it ain't nothing going on, I believe it. Well, we'll see how long that lasts. And he also
Right.
went to get this special. I forgot that lady's name for her while he was in New York. He gets a breakfast every morning. He's the antithesis of Bill.
Right. So supports her career.
Mm-hmm.
I and this girl wants to be with she wants to be with the emotional manipulator.
Mm-hmm.
It makes zero sense to me. So I love Dan. I love the Danny character. I do not like her when it comes to Bill. Like, Bill to me is the biggest character flaw for Danny.
Mm-hmm.
Because even for me, even the excuse of, well, he's all I've ever known. I've been with him since I was 19. Okay, so because you've been with him since you were 19, you're going to continue to allow a man to disrespect and belittle you? Like, I can't relate to that. I don't understand it.
Alrighty. So now we gotta talk about. Let me see. Haley getting punched in the face by her friend.
I actually like Haley and Lynette's scenes together. They're funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
what is
Although that
Haley's real
little,
name? Isn't it Valerie?
oh, I can't remember.
I don't
I
remember.
think it is. I remember it was a V. It's either Victoria or Valerie. But I love this. Lynette's about to end up stealing, trying to take her man,
You think
or try
so?
to do. I think she's yeah. I think she's also going to blackmail her because she got Haley to help her cover her legal fees. I think it was like
Mm-hmm.
$17,000.
Mm-hmm.
And so Haley's going to do everything in her power to keep her quiet, and she knows that. So it's going to be like nothing but blackmail up until the point where Haley's going to try to unalive her.
Mm-mm. I mean, so what is this? Because even Jenna, Jenna is asking about what was this about. So she's trying to make herself get all the center of attention by her getting beat up or something,
Yeah,
so
I
that
think
she
they're
can
gonna
take.
try to blame it on Danny.
Were they gonna blame it on her? I thought she was just trying to get attention.
Oh, maybe so. I have to go back and look at it. At first, I thought
Because
she
I
said
didn't
something
because
about.
when I was trying to pay attention of what they were trying to do, because they started talking about the past and how she got over on some guy with a boat and all this sort kind of stuff. And then they started talking about Danny and how she's pretty much the center of Bill's attention right now. And she was like, "Why don't you distract somebody's attention by playing, injured or something like that so he can take care of her, I guess." I don't know. It's just,
Uh,
I don't get it.
well, maybe
Right.
it's not. I'll understand it if the point of it is not to blame Danny. I thought for some reason I thought they were going to try to blame it on Danny, which didn't make sense to me because Danny
She'll be
is
blunt
she's
with
got
it.
witnesses, like she's with people right now, so
Right.
that wouldn't work. But if it's just a general, oh, I got mugged on the street to get Bill's attention so he can like coddle her or whatever.
Well, she tried that
I
with
mean,
that miscarriage, and Danny was involved in that, and it didn't go nowhere.
Right. She was paying off the doctors to
Fake blood and
fake a
stuff.
whole fake the ultrasound and everything. Now I wonder if that's going to come into play when it comes to these lab results regarding Bill.
Mm.
So she has connections in the hospital that she's already been paying off when it came to her ultrasound and her miscarriage, her
Mm-hmm.
fake miscarriage.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking that Lynette is she's going to continue to use Haley up until it. She probably will have like either Randy get rid of her, but she's going to hang it over her head that she's using Bill because she knows she can go to Bill at any point in time because she had nothing to lose. I mean, she's already facing jail time anyway. And to
Mm-hmm.
bring Valerie down, she can.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm definitely waiting for Lynette to blackmail her. But I like the dynamic, excuse me, between the two of them. It's funny.
Mm-hmm. What about the situation with Derek? I mean, not Derek, with Ashley when she was getting hot and heavy with Grayson and he took off. Do you think it's actually Parkinson's and his mom?
No, I think he's lying. I don't think he's like the head honcho of that plasma operation, but
Mm-hmm.
he's definitely. I think he's involved in it for sure.
I think it's part of it because I was saying in the chat, Jordy, he did an interview and he stated that the Grayson character is trying to take care of his mom and he'll do anything to help out the household financially. Because in the beginning of the start of his character, he was talking about doing double shifts and triple shifts and working all these long hours.
Mm-hmm.
So I would not put it past this man to get extra money by being a participant in this ring. I don't think that he's the leader of it at all. If he was, that'd be very interesting. But he made it to where like he's trying to do everything in his power to help with his mom's household and her medical bills and everything like that. And the lab tech money wasn't enough. I think that was another key thing too. So I was like, okay, I get it now. Why he would even do this.
Gotcha.
And I think it with that being like the background to why he did it, that they'll they'll try to write it in a way to where he won't do jail time or something like that to keep his character around. Because I hope they keep his character around. I like Jordy.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. Um, which also brings us to the situation with Derek, because I mean we saw him pretty much stalking the week before up to this point where he is trying to say that something's off with this dude. I'm wondering why they're
Mm,
trying to do that. I mean, I really don't want the Ashley and Derek coupling back, right? Because, I mean,
I don't think we'll get it
you think
either
we're going to
one.
get that again?
No, because when Ashley was with Grayson,
Mm-hmm.
he asked her something like, "If she missed Derek, or if she had a chance to be with him again, would she?" or something like that. And Ashley was basically like, "Nope, I'm over it." So I think Ashley is truly
Done.
over being with Derek. I still think, and maybe it's just my wishful thinking, I still think that they're going to circle Shanice and Derek back around to each other again.
Interesting.
That's what I think, and that's what I would like to happen because I think the two of them are adorable. I'm sorry, I like them together, and I think when she is finished with Ted and the way that they still have Shanice and Derek in each other's orbit, even though she's not giving him physical therapy anymore. Like they've had several scenes together since his whole physical therapy stuff ended. I think that's their way of like connecting them as friends now. Mm-hmm. So they can maybe circle back around to the two of them dating again. I hope anyway, because I liked Derek and Shanice.
Yeah. I don't know if but I know y'all been talking about that coupling for a while now, so yep.
Yeah, I think they are cute together. We'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm trying to think of others because with the Beyond the Gates, it's multiple things going on at the same time. We did see in today's episode where Jan is trying to connect Derek with Leslie to work for, you know, that new clinic. And it's just so crazy that this was an idea brought on by Samantha and now she's nowhere near it now.
We ain't heard Samantha talk about that clinic since that
Nope.
conversation she had with Leslie.
Which sucks because basically you just created a plot line for Leslie, Eva, and to add on everything that they already then got by her being Barbara's daughter. Now you throwing her a whole clinic too, which was supposed to
Yeah,
be coming from, Samantha, and now it's just a distant memory of the fact that she
that's
was even connected to it.
that's what Samantha get. She should have took her goofy ass to her family.
Yep. They didn't. I mean, Doug is getting more connection to this whole project than Samantha is.
Yeah.
I mean, what's his name? Joey got his piece in it. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
Doug, Joey, Vanessa, everybody's connected that to that instead of the first person that brought the idea on. Can y'all at least give her a name of a wing or something? The Samantha Pediatric Wing or something? I don't know.
Girl, Leslie ain't thinking about Samantha. She
Yeah,
took that
but
idea and ran with
I
it.
know it just sucked the way that's if I had to pick something that I did not like how Beyond the Gates wrote that is that storyline right there. How y'all let that girl introduce this whole idea only to remove her away from it.
And she introduced it to Eva, of all
Right.
people.
She talked more about that cotillion. It's almost like that was just a fleeting idea. She's focused on the
Mm-hmm.
cotillion right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Leslie and Eva just ran with it so they can build up their image.
Mm-hmm.
Completely forgot about
And
Samantha,
Jan
but
is
it's a
so
lesson.
she's so she's so stupid. She sat there and told Derek, or was it Ashley she was talking to, and she said that Leslie has changed and she's grown or learned or from her mistakes or whatever it was she said. And I'm like, where are you getting this information from, Jan? What exactly has she done? And I guess she's basing this all on her opening up this clinic.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that Derek. she's trying to get Derek to work for Leslie, and Derek is not letting his foot off Leslie's neck. He still don't
Mm-mm.
like that lady.
Mm-mm. And I mean, my thing is, she's obviously is going to try to force this thing together where,
Yeah.
oh, let y'all, you need her, she need you, y'all need each other. No, they don't. He can go work
Yeah.
at the
I think he's
hospital.
I think he's gonna end up
Of
somehow. I
course.
think he's gonna end up working for her. Yeah.
Of course they are. Girl, I'm like, okay, whatever. It's inevitable at this point that that man is going to be working over there with this project that should have been somebody else's.
Yeah.
Let me think. I'm trying to think what else, because it'd be little things on that show. Did we have some cat drama last week? We had the whole thing with Danny proposing to um, what's so the cutie pie, Isaiah, about
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She
modeling.
said
Oh
cutie
yeah.
pie.
Yeah, him and his wife
Um,
are adorable online.
they are cute.
Yes, they are.
I don't. I think the only drama, quote unquote, with Kat was her and Chelsea talking about. Chelsea told her that she was going to move to Denmark. That happened, like, I think earlier in the week last week.
Right, we didn't get a lot of cat drama last week.
Yeah, I think that was the extent of her screen time was
Hmm.
Chelsea's
Now I
decision to
will
move.
say, was that whole thing, was that last week or the week before, where she tried, Eva tried to play the victim in this whole thing about treating her bad, the whole back and forth between Tomas. That was the previous week, right?
I
I think
think
so. Yeah.
Okay.
so. When she saw Kat and Isaiah talking, and she went
Mm-hmm.
to. Yeah, I think that was the previous week.
Okay. I just want
Was
to
that the
make sure.
previous week?
Was that I thought that was last week. Because the whole modeling gig was offered to him this past week, wasn't it?
I think we talked about it the last live this past Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not this past Friday, last Friday that we had our live.
Mm.
Because it was that week.
Oh.
Because we were talking about how Eva was being extra disrespectful to him, and how Isaiah was still caping for Eva. I think we did talk
Oh
about that.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I agree.
yeah.
Okay.
That
Well.
was a. Was I don't think I was on. What was I at last Friday? Was I
You
on last
were
Friday?
hugging Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, that's right. I was in Orlando.
Right. Let me
That
see.
whole thing with Eva, Kat, Isaiah, and Tom. It's like you. This is the lack of awareness that annoys me with Eva. Was that she was she was pissed that Kat was talking to Isaiah, who she's been friends with for years before either of them knew Eva. But then she's okay when she sees Tomas sitting down and talking to him about um what was bothering her, which was Kat talking to Isaiah, and then
She
twisting
was
the whole
saying he
thing.
was flirting with my man.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's like you're sitting here talking to Kat's boyfriend who you slept with, and you don't see the irony in you complaining to him about seeing Kat and Isaiah talking while you're sitting here talking to Tomas, which Isaiah and Kat are legit friends. Like, they're legit friends. Your intention was always to get Tomas. Completely different situations.
Mm-hmm. I forgot, you guys. There was that whole scene between Haley and Isaiah where she was flirting with him and showed him a picture of her naked self.
That was hilarious.
That was on Wednesday.
Haley's a mess.
And she's talking about,
She
oops,
You know
that
what I
was that.
don't get
I'm
with her?
sorry, that was meant for Bill's eyes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what I don't get with her is how frustrated she gets about Bill and Danny, but you don't want Bill. Like, you're literally trying to unalive this man. So why are you so upset if he is spending time with Danny, or you feel like Danny has his attention too much? Like you're trying to get rid of him. You don't need his attention 100% of the time to take him out.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And she been giving him those drops since October. So I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
and now he's seeing a doctor. So what is her? She need to regroup and come with a different plan.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then we got that other storyline where Jacob is involved in that undercover thing, and Smitty and that guy was he was talking to, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
revealed that he witnessed the boss committing violence against somebody, and I don't know how that storyline is developing. Obviously, we saw the promo. Jacob is probably he going to end up trying to be in the deep into this thing, which probably going to end up getting him in trouble
Or hurt.
or hurt. Yep.
Yeah, I do think he's gonna end up getting hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how that's going to unfold. And I'm surprised Smitty is just throwing himself in a line of
Oh
fire.
yeah,
Like,
I
Oh,
forgot.
Smitty been itching to get back to work.
I know, right? Then we also had Vanessa wanting to move in.
I don't want to
girl.
say about Vanessa.
Move
Oh
in
my
with
God.
Joey.
Like, moving like the speed of light. My God. Like, girl, you moved him in to your house after 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to move into his penthouse. Like, you just want to be up underneath this man in every aspect, business, relationship, everything. Is it that good, girl?
I guess, girl.
That's why I feel when this stuff comes out about Doug, she'll be mad, but then she'll go right back to Joey like it was
Mm-hmm.
nothing.
Yeah. Somebody in the comments a little bit earlier said that they don't think Doug is
It's gone.
yeah. I think that they could very well write it to where he thinks he succeeded in getting rid of Doug, and he's somewhere in witness protection trying to take Joey down. I would love something like that to happen because I cannot stand the way that they got rid of his character.
Mm-hmm.
I hate it. This man, I hated this scene, specifically the scene where they were in the casino and Joey and Vanessa were making out. Vanessa didn't see Doug walk in, but Joey saw Doug, and they're just sitting there looking at each other, and Doug just looks
Yeah.
hurt.
Hurt.
And Joey is basically enjoying the fact that his wife is like all over him. And then like a couple of episodes later, a few episodes later, then he takes Joey out, and it's like, uh, I just that
You mean
made
take
me
Doug out?
really dislike Joey and Vanessa.
Mm-hmm. What's with Mona trying to flirt with Randy? We saw that too.
She
What you say?
trying to get her some. She saw
Mhm.
Nicole trying to make her move and trying to get out there. I'm like, okay, Mona, this is the wrong, type of
I don't
guy to
think you
get
want to be
involved
with
with.
him. Mm-mm.
But if you just need your back scratched, I mean, I guess get it, girl. I don't know. But
Mm-hmm.
I do love the Mona character. I love how she isn't fickle. She is actually a loyal friend. Um, she does not fall into the Leslie trap, and you're not going to talk to her crazy. I love that. That's why I want them to expand even more with the supporting characters like Amona. So if they
Mm-hmm.
give her a little love interest, I just don't want Randy to use her because I love Mona, but if we get more Mona as a result of it, then I guess I can't be mad.
Yep. So, all right. I think we finally uncovered everything this past week.
Yeah.
That's one thing
See,
about Beyond the Gates. It is so many moving parts.
yes,
I like it though.
Yeah, keep you
and
on
we
your
can
toes.
and we can keep up with it because it's
Yes,
refreshing. So
exactly.
Bold and YNR, please take notes.
Yeah, oh God, they're just oh, I'm so disappointed in those two. I was hoping for a better sweeps month, especially when they kicked off with Phyllis and Kane, but yeah, that fell flat. We'll see what Phyllis is going to get away with, but yeah, Kane was definitely a disappointment. All right. So we are gonna go ahead and start to wrap this up. We're gonna go ahead and do our last segments. Flip the script. Who's taking several seeds? Star of the week, pickle of the week, Simple Olympics, and the Lily Winters Award. So for Y&R, what are you guys flipping this week? And Keish, you probably ain't got nothing. Am I right? Or am I wrong?
Um,
Oh, she got something.
well,
Okay, girl.
yeah, just that one little thing with Sharon and Noah. I wish Sharon would have told Noah to stay at home and
Mm-hmm.
support his family with what they were going through.
Gotcha. Okay. What you got, Bree?
Kane actually calling Lily's brother to confirm if she's been missing or confirm if he's even heard from her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, using your brain.
Yep. If I had to flip anything, just calling Victor's bluff. I know that's part of it, what you're saying, but
Mm-hmm.
thinking first, like, let me fit this man. The timing is just ironic. And you got my kids, and you gonna use my kids and Lily, and you actually gonna do something to them. I'm gonna wait this one out. I'm gonna wait it out and call his bluff. So I would have had Kane call his bluff, if anything, instead of reacting so emotionally and then just throw the whole thing away. All right.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. What y'all flipping on bold?
I would have rather Sheila had walked in versus Ridge.
That would have been ugly.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I was assuming that was going to happen, but it didn't. So I don't know. I would have loved that because I want them to just kind of get to the point with their storyline.
What you got, Keish?
I would have had Dylan actually tell Will how Ivy was threatening her. Like
Yeah.
what she, what she was mad about, what she saw with her dancing, and that
Mm-hmm.
she was basically threatening her, telling her that she needed to leave
Yeah.
California.
Now that I definitely agree with. I really, really do. Um, I wouldn't have had that awkward chewing of the face kiss happen. The
Chewing of the face.
God, that was the general consensus that people were saying that that kiss was awkward and gross. I don't. I mean, I was cringing. A lot of people saying they were cringing when they were watching it too. I just, I'm not there with them. I don't know if I could get there. So, all right, what y'all flipping on BTG?
Candace
Mm-hmm.
said no to that proposal. It was too fast. This girl's not going to change her ways. So what are you saying yes for?
Yeah.
That's just me.
What about you, Key?
Um, Man, I would have had Andre actually hold Danny accountable when
Mm.
she told him that she kissed Bill.
Mm-hmm.
He immediately folded when she started crying
I
and telling her
agree.
little sob story.
I agree.
Also, a second flip.
Mm-hmm.
I I need Ted to start like taking low blows on Leslie because Leslie does not take him serious. And he needs to hurt her feel. She is the kind of person who needs her feelings hurt with low blows about things that she's insecure about because she takes nothing serious.
Mm-hmm.
And so far no one has really done that with her. Everybody just kind of goes back and forth with her and is just like very surface level. And Leslie has no problem taking low blows on other people.
Yep, that's true.
Um, let me see. If I had to flip something, yeah, I think that should have slowed down the whole thing with Chelsea and Madison. Y'all don't, y'all, the back and forth is just insane. I mean, y'all about to
Mhm.
break up, and then you get back together, and you the same proposal that you didn't want informative, she gave you a formative one, and now you say yes. There's still a lot of unresolved issues that y'all have. So maybe they should have said, you know what, let's just take it one day, day by day. We'll continue to be in a relationship. I'll come visit you, you come visit me, and let's see how this thing progress. They're about to get engaged, and she's moving. One staying in Fairmont, the other one's going to Denmark. I mean, not saying the long distance don't work, but they got too many issues in town. How's that going to
Yeah.
work with her being away for a year?
Right. Yeah, I agree.
All right. Taking seats on Young and the Restless.
Lily and Victor,
Wait a minute, I
even
gotta
though
say
she,
this right quick. Aisha said a whole show for Y&R and B needs to be flipped.
girl, she ain't
You won't
lying
get any
at all.
argument there.
Mm-mm.
All right, go ahead, Bree. I'm sorry about that, but she put that in caps in the chat. So,
No, I don't look. She's not wrong at all.
mm-hmm.
If we're getting granular as far as like the seats, it's definitely going to go to Victor and Lily, even though Lily's off screen. She is a whole hypocrite. You can't call Kane ruthless and heartless, and your whole nephew is missing. You're playing like you're a kid, like you're planning your whole kidnapping
Mm-hmm.
for whatever Victor's offering you when you know about these empty offers from Victor.
Right. I'm having Holden, Noah, that whole left side. Holden, Noah, Michael, Kane. Y'all all can take several seats.
Yeah, that's actually perfect.
Especially how Michael was talking to Diane and his wife. It's like, are you serious right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody got their seats in. You got yours in, Bree?
Oh yeah,
Okay. Seats on bold.
it's gonna
Well,
be
Taylor and Deacon for starters.
yeah,
Yes. And not on
um,
each other either.
mm,
Go to your
yeah,
mm,
corners.
and Ivy can join them.
Oh, God, yes.
and Deke. Because I'm like, sir, you poking the bear. You better watch yourself, kid.
What do you
Mm-hmm.
do?
You poking the bear a little too much. I'm like, just keep it nice, keep it cute, keep it moving.
I
You
think they
know
can do
your dad is
anything
trying to
wrong.
leave her. The last thing you want to do is just make things complicated.
Mm.
So just if you have to lie, lie for appearances, boo. But watch yourself.
Right. Okay. Um, seats BTG.
So many. You know what? I'm gonna give Eva a seat
Okay.
because she sat at that table and was just so shocked when Ted showed up, and she found out that Leslie
Through them
put those
panties.
panties in Ted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because of Shanice. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, girl, you told your mama. You told her. Why do you keep telling her stuff? Talking
Yeah.
about she thought telling Leslie that he was dating Shanice would break her out of her obsession. No. Did it break her out of her obsession with Nicole, who he was married to for 30 plus years?
Right. Girl. Just foolishment. Foolishment, foolishment. I'm gonna have Chelsea take a seat because it's like, girl, you need to figure out your life.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Maybe Allison too for going down the rabbit hole with her.
You said Allison?
I mean
You mean
Allison,
Madison?
Madison.
Madison.
Yeah, for Madison going down the rabbit hole with her, knowing that the reason why she put a pause on the relationship was because, first of all, the drug issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like how that was glossed over.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. That's a huge deal breaker for me. Nope. Not
Hmm.
even.
And she talking about, oh,
Mm-mm.
we just, that's what we're doing now. We're doing things on the fly, on a whim. Okay, good luck with that.
You enjoy the flying in the wind in the streets by yourself. Thank
Yeah,
you.
because gravity ain't fun. 'Cause you going to go
Nope.
crashing.
Yep. And I will not be there to catch you when you fall. Nope. That's just not me. My seat is going to be Ted
Mm,
because it's one thing you want to confront Leslie as he should, but you want to bring some funky draws
mm,
to where
mm,
people are
mm.
eating it.
Girl, you stupid.
Oh, I thought it was funny that he did it. He should have
We
thrown
don't
him
know.
right on Leslie's head.
That's what I
That's what he
was
should have
thinking,
did.
Keish.
On
Like,
her
don't be
plate.
embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed now.
Right.
Well, I
Right.
guess it was actually Eva that was embarrassed, which that was also annoying because she told Ted to lower his voice, and it's like, I know you ain't talking about somebody lowering their voice when your mama embarrasses you 24/7.
Right. Like,
Like, get out of my
lower
face.
your voice. If you don't get out of here with that. Exactly. All right, star of the week. Y and R, if any.
Y'all got
if
it.
if
What you say,
it,
Keish? Y'all got it.
I said y'all got this.
um I it's a toss up between Michelle Stafford and Melissa Ordway for
Okay.
me because I'll give it to Melissa. Um, because there's some really great scenes like that. Like I feel her as a parent that would make me crazy, and I think Melissa is doing a great job.
Yeah, I'll second that with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Bold.
Um,
I'm gonna give
El
it.
Giardino.
I'm gonna
I
get.
I gotta say
It's the restaurant girl.
the decor, like even the to-go bags, like everything, like the set for El Giardino looks great. That's where I'm gonna give my star of the week to.
Then you might as well get a star of the week to the octopus photo in Billy's house.
No, that probably needs to take a seat. We glossed over that.
Oh man. Um, star of the week for bold. Ay ay ay. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna give it to. I guess I give it to Ivy because she got on my nerves, and if you acting that ignorant, yeah, she know what she was
Okay,
doing.
Ashley Brewer. Go, go,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
That's a
Cause
good
I
one.
wanted to pop her seriously.
Yep,
Yeah,
but that
he was
wouldn't be
doing too much.
Papa.
That wouldn't be proper.
That's not proper.
Oh my god. All right. Star BTG.
Tamra Tooney
Uh huh.
and the actress who plays Anastasia.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
definitely.
that's a good one.
She was
She
doing some
always
independent interviews. The actress that was doing that shit.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
And they were talking about like how it was assumed it was supposed to be for Karen Huger next. She's like, no, I had to audition. I worked for my role.
Mm-hmm. She sure did. So did. All right, pickle of the week, YNR, and I want to give it to the entire writing staff over at YNR for the sweeps of February sucking like suckety suck.
Oh, I second that.
I'll third it.
I listen. I don't care if y'all listening in the shadows, ninja watching or whatever. You did a terrible job with the Kane character. I'm sorry. And no, and I'm absolving Billy Flynn because he's just been given a script. Y'all wrote it. So,
Yep, exactly. So, you guys write 3 weeks ahead. Do better, please. We love the
yes.
show, but do better.
Yeah, that was a big flop and disappointment. The whole Kane storyline from start to finish. Well, start to this point, I'm assuming he's finished because he gonna. Well, never mind. I go back down that rabbit hole. All right.
Yeah.
Pickle of the week. I mean, pickle. Yeah, pickle of the week is for bold.
Taylor's audacity is getting the pickle this week. And
I'm
she
a.
really thought that she was so special.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm sorry, J Money, but that kiss gets a pickle of the week from me.
Where is he at to defend his favorite couple?
Ah, girl, he love him
I'm,
some Taylor and Deacon. It's like, oh my God.
and I'm like, okay, come defend your favorite couple amongst the Sophies because we're not convinced yet. Most
Mm-mm.
of us are not convinced.
All right. What you got, Keish? Did you say yours or no?
I can't think of a pickle. That's the one right on right pickle of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know what? I didn't like the once again bumping into each other in the hall with RJ
Dylan.
and Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, how many times are you guys going to use that with the 20 somethings? Because he did this with, or this was a lecture in Will. He didn't bump into a lecture in the hall, but the whole like locking eyes and seeing butterflies and rainbows and all that BS was going on. He did the same thing with Dylan. And it's like, can you guys come up with another one? Like, we don't need all the 20 somethings to instantly fall in love with each other
Right.
the first time they see each other.
Exactly. Gotcha.
I'll give back the pickle. That was annoying.
All right. And pickle BTG.
I'm gonna give that to Ted as well. Like, what is he jealous about? He's divorced. He shouldn't even be in the least bit concerned with what Nicole has going on
Mm-hmm.
whatsoever.
I'm gonna give it to that whole storyline where Samantha's not tied to that clinic at all, and Leslie and she just her and Joey are just running things over there. No Samantha
Yeah,
involvement when it was her idea. It's her brainchild, and y'all took it, and she's haven't even spoke of it.
yeah,
That's what she gets.
Mm.
yeah.
All right,
Um,
what you got, girl?
I'm gonna give the pickle to Leslie and her ongoing obsession with Ted that has lasted for an entire year at the
Mm-hmm.
end of this month. That has made no progress, no movement, no nothing. It's old. It has been old.
And it looks bad. It makes her look, even though she carry all of this bravado, it still makes her look um, pathetic. Because you keep talking about a man that's yours, and that man ain't nowhere closer to being yours than anybody else. It's just like you more closer to Malone than you would get to Ted.
Right.
Exactly. Use some Timu Shaft, you know.
Girl, and then she go toe to toe with Shanice about talking because she said I got my pride whether I'm with Ted or not. And she was like, "How you gonna sleep at night with your pride instead of having a man next to you? Ted ain't next to you.
Right.
I got a
Or
man
does he
with me
want to
every
be?
night. Who? Malone? And he married, so
Yeah, another married man who has no problem making empty promises to side chicks and still goes home to his wife.
yeah, that whole thing is just crazy. All right, we gotta do our Simp Olympics.
Okay, so I was thinking of this.
Don't take my list,
So
Bree.
it might be the same. So for bronze, I got Derek.
Okay.
Silver, I actually got Noah this go around. Gold is going to go to Holden. And you'll be surprised. I had Michael as platinum and Kane as cosmic.
Yeah, Kane is at the top of the ladder. Michael's right underneath. Holden for running his big old mouth is up under that one. And I think let me see. Oh yeah, and your boy who got left a note, Noah.
Mm-hmm. It's silver.
Mm-hmm. I
And I
just
had
go ahead. I'm sorry.
and I had Derek as bronze.
Got you.
So, so similar.
Similar.
Well,
Yeah.
was the same.
Was it? You? I
Yeah.
didn't throw
Derek.
Derek in there though. You did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I had Derek for bronze, silver for Noah, gold Holden, platinum Michael, and Kane is the cosmic
The ultimate.
set.
Yeah, this dude. Ugh, God. Folded like, as Phyllis said, folded like a chair.
Folded like some lawn chairs
Mm-hmm.
in 48 hours or 24 hours, however long it was. It was literally the next day.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then we got the Lily Winners Award.
Okay. This was a hard one. But even though she off screen, she getting her own award.
Mm-mm.
You gonna participate? How many times is Victor gonna screw you over for you not to get it? You are just you are used as a chess piece. They're using you. You're no different from Michael. Michael probably wants to be in the same position that you're in because it means he gets to work with Victor in some capacity. She's faking her own kidnapping. I don't think you can get any lower than that. So, and for a job position or to run a company or whatever the case is. So, yeah, she gets her own award for that.
Okay.
It's annoying off screen, her and her kids.
Well, I'm gonna give it to because the audacity. I'm gonna give it to Michael the way he talked to Diane and his wife. How you going?
Yep,
You got the nerve to say that you disappointed in him. I mean them because they are happy about what happened to Victor. Are you serious right now?
right. Especially Diane. She has every right to feel how she feels.
Exactly, and you helped cause problems for them, and you worried about what's going on with Victor? Yeah,
Right.
the audacity. That's why he's getting it.
Yep.
So he got a Simple Olympic medal and he got a Heritage Award.
Wait, who
Yeah,
does?
triple threat.
Right. What'd you say, Keish?
Who does? Michael?
Michael.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I didn't like how he did that with his wife and with his so-called friend. Man, please.
Diane was never his real friend.
No.
Same way Nikki is never going to be Jack's
Jack's
real
real
friend
friend.
either.
Exactly. And the fact that we saw both Jack and Diane arguing over who is the best friend that's working for them. I'm like, neither one of them are helping y'all.
Nope, at all.
I can't wait to see that scene. And Diane better come with that heat. I can't wait to see that scene when she walk up on what's going on with Nikki and Jack because I mean she been letting that slide a little bit too much. And she's like, oh, I understand that, you helped her and you're her friend. I'm like, girls, who are you and what happened to Diane?
Right. Like, don't be like you've been good. Don't you become our get on our simple epics?
Right.
No. Mm-mm.
Because, I mean, well, thank you for understanding. How? Why? Running to your ex all the time at any day, time of night? Hmm.
Yeah, they can miss me with that.
Yeah. All right, you guys. It is almost 11:30 on the east. It's 10:30 here in the central. I'm gonna let you guys go. Have an amazing night. The podcast will be on Friday this week. So hopefully we get to hang out late or whatever. And make sure on the way out, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll get to see what else happens this week, y'all. It should be, hopefully, it gets better. Phyllis do what it do. We see what happened when Bill tried to bust up in that house and Andre trying to keep him out. Um, what's gonna happen with the situation with the wedding? Is something gonna go down at Carter and yeah, what's that girl name? I'm sleepy. Um,
Carter and Nicole.
Carter,
Oh, Daphne.
Daphne,
Daphne.
yeah, Daphne and Carter. What's gonna happen with them? So we'll see. It's more stuff to come. Hopefully, the sweeps month end up on a bang. I think we got about another week and a half or so, maybe two.
Yeah, and I'm not looking forward to it. We'll see. We'll
Yeah,
see
we'll
what
see.
happens.
Well, I hope. All I can say after watch, y'all gotta watch tomorrow's episode. Let's see if Phyllis can succeed.
Hmm. I'm rooting for Phyllis.
Yep,
Team Phyllis.
Team Phyllis. All right, you guys. Until next time, we will see you guys later. Bye, Soapies.
Bye.
Have a good week, y'all.